I'm excited to announce some new tour date. Toronto, Ontario, Canada, on August 25th and 26th at Meridian Hall. Get tickets with presale code RATKING starting Wednesday, March 15th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. General on sale starts Friday, March 17th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And as always, Patreon, you guys will get first crack at them today. I want to let you know we're going to be coming everywhere. I'm trying to add dates as often as I can and get to as many different locations, including the United Kingdom and other places, Australia, everywhere, America, everything, Canada as well. We also have a few tickets left in Medford, Massachusetts, April 1st, New York City, May 14th, Las Vegas, July 1st, Uncasville, Connecticut, and Atlantic City on July 23rd. Get your tickets and all of them through theovon.com/TOUR for the Return of the Rat Tour. And just thank you guys so much in advance for just making my dreams come true. I'm really excited about the show. Today's guest is an NFL tight end for the San Francisco 49ers. He's an all-pro, 4-time Pro Bowler. He is hype. He's the savage masseuse. He's Captain Violence himself. Today's guest is Mr. George Kittle.
Shine that light on me. I'll sit and tell you my stories. Shine on me, and I will find a song. I will sing it. I'm gonna stay.
I just got out of the ice plunge, so.
Ooh, how long do you go for?
I go for 10 minutes.
Awesome. 10 minutes? How cold?
Now that's kind of the negotiable part, I think.
I agree with you.
I go for, right now I'm at 50.
Oh yeah, dude, for sure. I think if you're under like 50 degrees to like 40, I think you're doing a really good job.
Yeah. Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because some guys, it's like they want to get as cold as they can. They like want to they just want to be so cold and they want to just be like, I'm the coldest guy, you know?
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, congratulations, right? Like you're not, yeah, if you want to be that cold, then move to like the North Pole or something. But don't just pretend you're fucking Santa, you know,
No.
just because you're in your garage.
Dude, we have at San Francisco, we have 2 ice tubs, and one's at 39 degrees, the other one's at like 45.
Yeah.
And I'm in the 39 degrees. It's like, what are we doing? That's what Bosa does all the time.
Really?
Yeah, he likes that one. He loves being cold. But like my pool in California, it's not heated. And so by mid-October, it's like 52, and then by the time you get through halfway through November, it's like 46. And I just jump in every morning at 6:30 a.m.
Oh, wow.
It's awesome. Great way to start your day.
Yeah. It definitely changes my whole perception. It kind of takes me out of my brain, I notice, and puts me into my body.
For sure, dude. I love it. I just jump right in. You're in it for, I usually do like 3 to 5 minutes. I'm ready to roll for the whole day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's about all I need.
Yeah.
I do, like, there's days, like, if I have like a recovery day, because like most of the time, like, I have to leave my house by 7 a.m. or else I don't make it to meetings and stuff like that. So, and I don't really want to wake up at, 6. I don't like to wake up before 6, because as soon as you see like a 5 on your alarm clock, it sucks.
Yeah, there is something about that. I think that makes you be like, oh, what's going on here? Like I'm a senior citizen or something. Like they like that 5, you know?
Oh, dude, it's Sarah. I was talking to Taylor Wan today. He was like, yeah, my workout started at 5 a.m. I was like, why?
That's great. Yeah, why? Especially if you're just going to get hurt every year and not even play. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude.
Oh, well, maybe it's new.
Start him at fucking
Maybe
2.
this is his change. Maybe he's doing something different.
That's
yeah,
true.
you know, hey, Taylor, he'll be healthy, man. He'll be fine. He's got a couple tough breaks. It is what it is.
Yeah, it is. Some of it, I think, is his attitude gets stuck in his knees too and fucking ruins him.
There is something about when you get hurt, you definitely overthink about it, both from your recovery standpoint, and then once you get back onto a football field, like that's all you can think about. Like, just don't do it again. Just don't do it again. And the second you start thinking like that, that's when it happens again.
Have you noticed that? Because you had a break, right?
I broke my foot in 2020. Yeah, cuboid. It's like up here. Yeah. Then I came back in 5 weeks, and then the next like 5 practices. That's all you could think about. and it sucks. And then you go through a whole offseason, and then you kind of forget about it, but still you get back into football. It's still what you're thinking about, like, just don't break it again. And then, like, after a while, you just get comfortable and you just forget about it.
Were there routes and stuff that you would adjust and not do because you just to take the pressure off of it?
Just like planting really hard on it, it kind of just freaked me out a little bit because the way I broke it too didn't really make any sense. I just kind of got hit when my foot was in the ground and it just kind of gave out. So I was just kind of more cautious, more careful, like picking up my feet when I was getting hit and stuff like that. But then, like, it's a bone, it heals. Take a lot of collagen, drink a lot of milk. It is what it is.
Yeah.
You look great today, by the way.
Thanks, man. I feel pretty good. I think getting in that ice plunge, it alters my perspective. You know, it's like,
so talk to me about that.
That's what it's like. I notice if I'm in like kind of a rough mood or I'm kind of like, I want to feel a little bit more kind of in my body. If I'm just too much in my head, I'm like, I want to get in my body and I want to, and I don't want to do it. So it's like, let me do something I don't want to do.
Yeah. That's how I see it. My thing is I like to do it I wake up, go downstairs, and I just jump in my pool. And it's just like the first thing I do to start my day is something that's not really fun.
Yeah.
But like now I enjoy doing it because I feel great when you get done with it. But like you accomplish something that really sucks.
Yeah.
And then the rest of your day, like, yeah, you can be dealing with other stuff, other issues, but like you're doing one thing that's difficult to do that not a lot of people like to do. And it's just like, all right, I'm gonna start my day off by accomplishing something.
Fuck, that's gangster. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it, man. I think it's like, yeah, how can I do something today that I don't want to do? It does make everything else a little bit easier then. It's even like going with going and working out. Like, actually, I get a little bit excited because like I work out down there with Jeremy Holden, those guys, you know.
Jay Hole's at my house today.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah.
Oh, dang,
He's
dude.
my favorite.
Oh, he's unbelievable, but he's also like, he like dresses like he's trying to get molested, I feel like. Is that a crazy thing to say?
He is a handsome dude 24/7, man. He smells like a barbershop too every time you get close to him.
But I think is in the urban community, there's a lot better. They tend to be a lot more fragrant.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Jeremy smells good all the time. I do. Dude. I always try. We get under his skin sometimes. We always tell him that he needs to brush his teeth once in a while, which he does. But it's a fun way to talk shit to somebody because not really much you can do if your breath smells like shit.
Oh, does his breath smell bad?
No, it's just a fun joke that we play on him because there's not really much of a comeback to that.
Oh yeah, that's true, huh?
Yeah, dude, go brush your teeth.
Yeah, you're like fuck you, and you're like, hey, do I really need my breath really bad? That's what people always do.
That's literally what it is.
Bro, that is the best, dude. The worst thing is when somebody does have horrible breath, and especially like if they're at like a nightclub or something and somebody's breath is bad.
Brutal.
Oh, and you know what? A lot of times, bro, I won't tell them, dude. It depends on if I like them or not.
I feel you. You got to be honest with like.
If it's a buddy, I'll definitely tell them. But if it's somebody,
so if you've got a friend who has something in their teeth, do you tell them?
Not if it's a girl.
So okay, get this. I was at the Pro Bowl 2 years ago, and one of the reporters there, I was kind of going down the line. You have to talk to a certain amount of people, and she probably interviewed like 6 people before she got to me, and she just had a huge like piece of spinach in her front 2 teeth. Yeah. And I was like, you were just on air with 6 people, and no one told you. You have a camera guy with 4 feet from your face. I told her right when I started the interview, I was like, you have something in your teeth. I was like, I would be so embarrassed if I just had something in my teeth the entire time and no one told me. Like, come on, I thought we were friends.
And women, that shakes them to the core.
Oh,
it's almost like telling them they don't even exist. I know that sounds crazy, but you tell a woman they have something, because it's like for some reason it seems to be the only thing they care about.
Oh, dude, man.
They're always like, oh, anything on your teeth. Speaking of women, man, your sister taught me yoga.
Yeah, I know. That's what she was like. Yeah, I'm teaching Theo Von yoga, and I was like, really? That's awesome. Good for you.
It was so cool, man.
Was that awesome. Was that here?
Or? Yeah, right here. She taught me yoga because I think you guys didn't live very far away.
We literally live a block away.
So crazy.
Yeah, I sold that. We live out like west of Nashville now, but yeah, we lived there for 2 years.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty easy commute.
She was the best, man. She was like very kind of like ladylike and motherly, but like very like a sensei kind of.
She vibes, dude.
Yes.
She's got a great vibe to her.
Yeah,
great
she's like
energy.
a vibe surfer or something, like, you know? She's like the female Laird Hamilton of vibes, I feel like.
That's a savage compliment, man.
Yeah. And she dude, she had me do this thing one time. It was like wearing these things between my toes, right?
Yeah.
And it's like
you yoga toes or?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like this thing you wear at night. It's almost like a
spacers.
Yes.
What color were they? Blue or what?
They were. Well, I tried the freaking blue ones, dude. The blue ones, dude. I couldn't.
I'm obsessed with those.
The blue ones I see you could probably do, but can you pull up those toe spacers?
Oh yeah, dude. I got into those.
She got me into those, right? So
they're awesome.
whenever I take my Netflix, this Netflix special that I did, she had been teaching me, right? So if you see me walk out, I'm walking out like this because she taught me how to walk like a Paleolithic.
Yeah, no, I know
person.
exactly what you're talking about, dude. We talk about that stuff all the time.
Right here, this kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, those are the small ones. They have a way bigger one. They're massive and blue.
Oh, the big one. I felt like a whore with the bigger ones in.
Dude, they space you out, man. Big gaps.
It was like,
my
God.
Well, now is this a foot OnlyFans account? Is that what we're looking? Is this a
I don't know.
podcast?
I don't know what we.
How do people make money off that, man?
That foot fetish. Well, foot fetish was the thing. I think.
Help me out. Help me
doing.
understand this because I don't understand it.
I would guess if you are. I don't think it's a lot of American money. I think it's like a lot of yen that people spend on it.
Ooh.
Those guys like it because I think their Japanese feet are very little.
Oh, dude.
You could eat probably a dozen of them. And I think,
You know what? For context, that makes sense to me. Sure.
yeah, totally.
Okay.
You're like, okay, now I
It's
see.
like, it's like going to Wingstop and getting the 10-piece bone in or bone out, man.
Oh, I think if you're going Japanese feet, dude, I'm keeping the bone in. I want all of it. I think I want the marrow. I want all the freaking, the gifts of the Orient, I feel like. But I do think that
For sure, dude.
that is what it is. They don't have very long. It's not like a precious thing over there. It's almost like, it's so they don't get to see it. So I think for them seeing like a long foot
It's different.
with toenail polish and stuff,
Yeah.
it's very fantastical to them.
My Emma's fiance, Cody, he's a pitcher in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like 6'5", and he says that the next closest person hardly goes to his chest. And so he just stands out like a sore thumb. And I was like, that's actually crazy. So then you think about feet, like he's a size 14, 15. That's a lot out there. Yeah, we'll get the picks up there for him.
And I think I don't know if there's a market for it for men. Yeah, what is going on with that foot? Why do people have foot fetish? Can you look it up, please?
I'm going to call into your show and ask you that question.
But you came here and asked it.
I know, but I'll just call in next time. Hey, man, this is George. I was there a couple of weeks ago. You've solved this mystery yet?
One researcher proposes that the fetish is due to sensory input in the brain. The neuroscientist Vilayaner Ramachandran suggests that the part of the brain that processes the sensation people get from feet is next to the area that perceives genital stimulation.
Oh,
interesting.
right on.
So people want to see that foot. They want to see.
It gets them going. Gets the blood going.
Yeah. I think
Side note, I have this exact same thing.
You do?
Yeah, it's a nice one.
The legacy flag guy made it for you?
I think so, yeah. He hit me up like 4 years ago and he made it for me. And I was like, dude, thanks. Yeah, it's hanging in my house. It's in my barn.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love it.
Yeah, he sent us this one and another one. We'll have to we'll put his info up actually right now. He's done so much. He does beautiful flags. So I'm gonna make sure that we put it on the screen
There's
right now.
nothing like a cool wooden American flag. It's awesome. Like Nick Bosa has, I'm pretty sure, that exact same one in the back of his locker.
Oh, wow.
It's awesome.
Oh, really? In his locker?
Yeah, just in the back of his locker. I think it got shipped there and he was like, this is cool. And just set it back
Oh,
there.
that's crazy. But yeah, I guess that makes sense about a foot because I think also if you think back into maybe, I wonder if like in old times you could, but if people were like cave people, then you saw the foot all the time,
Very true.
I'm just trying to think.
They weren't really pretty back then though, were they?
No, I'm sure.
Kind of like
not.
Hobbit feet.
Oh yeah. I'm sure they were very,
thick, muscular. I bet you they were spread out though.
Yeah, very flat, huh?
Flat, wide toes. I mean, like, cause you see the photos like indigenous people and their feet, they're literally like, they look like hands.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy. And then everyone's like, that's the healthy way. Like, that's what your feet want to look like. Your shoes make they close your toe box in, all that stuff. Well, it's kind of hard for me because my profession, I have to wear cleats that are small and.
Oh, you got to keep them tight, huh?
Well, to an extent, like I wear the toe space. I try to spread them out, keep my feet as healthy as I can. But like once you get to training camp and you're taking like a couple hundred reps a day, it doesn't really help too much. Like your feet just you got to build a callus to it basically is what you do. But then now I'm out of cleats right now for a couple of weeks. And it's like your feet just lose that callus and have to get back into it every single year. It's wild.
Your feet kind of relax almost. Do you almost notice it and feel it?
Oh yeah. Like my feet feel significantly better a month after the season than they do the
way.
entire duration. Yeah, it's wild. Yeah, like I learned this because I like pedicures. It feels fantastic.
Oh, wow.
I like getting my feet massaged. It's really nice. Get them cleaned up. But like in the season, I don't get a pedicure for the entire season because I don't want to lose any of the callus. Like on the bottom of my feet, I don't want any of it scraped off because your feet basically just become these thick blocks, and you just gotta, especially like where I am. I'm in the interior office. I'm in the offensive line basically all the time, and so I get stepped on 24/7. So like I like having tough feet, but then as soon as the season's over, I'm back getting pedicures and stuff. It's fantastic.
So you want to keep whatever you can, whatever a little extra you can get.
Yeah, as like I hopefully my skin is thicker about halfway through the season.
Dang.
It's wild.
Do y'all take stuff that can make your skin thicker?
I don't know. Like, I mean, like we have a lot of supplements that our team provides us. And I'm just big. I do a ton. I like collagen. Like that's my big thing. Collagen and orange juice. And then any type of calcium I can get. Like those are my two big things. But that's a good thing to look into. Why not? I mean, like you see like my shins right here. That's just all cleats.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, like my shins are just permanently cut up for like the rest of my life.
Damn.
Cleats aren't really fun to get kicked by.
Yeah, and do you get to wear shin pads or not?
So the only guy that ever did that, I'm pretty sure is like Cam Newton did that for a little bit. I contemplated doing that, but football is a really weird sport where you just kind of get lucky. Like I could be blocking somebody and then the running back could miss me by like an inch, or he might kick me in the calf when he's going past me. And it's just like, you just got to get lucky sometimes. And I got really lucky this year where like, yeah, my shins were getting beat up, but like nothing else. And so I don't know if I want to be that guy that's out there with the double elbow pads, double knee. Like you just don't want to look like that. And I can't bring myself to wearing shin pads yet.
Yeah, there's maybe an aesthetic thing about it. Does it, Cam Newton was the guy that did it?
I think so. I think that's because I brought it up and like one of my equipment managers told me that. And I was like, if the only other person wears shin guards was a quarterback, I just don't know if I can do that to myself.
Oh yeah, because it kind of puts you on a different level.
Yeah, no, I think I just got to tough it out. You know, it's for it's just for the sport, man. It's got to tough it out.
Yeah, I could respect that, man. I think sometimes, you want to wear like I won't wear like a turtleneck. You know,
I'm not a big turtleneck. I don't know if I've ever worn a turtleneck.
I think
there are guys that pull it off really well. That's just not my thing.
You know who wears one? Mike Ditka wears a turtleneck a lot, I feel
savage.
like. And I think a lot of people that sell jewelry wear it.
Ooh, like a little fancy. You might see one like on a cool night in Miami. A lot of turtlenecks down there.
Yeah, maybe I could see that kind of.
That's
like,
suave.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like also like Europeans or Middle Easterners wear it. Now there's Cam. Now that definitely looks like diapers on the front of his fucking
Yes,
calves.
those are those. That's basically what like basketball players wear. That's the type of shin guards. So like those aren't bad. Like I was picturing wearing like the actual soccer shin guards that are like hard
the
plastic.
hard ones.
And who knows? I might give it a shot this year. Who knows? If it doesn't affect how I run, which hopefully it doesn't, but you want to be as light as you can because, I mean, the name of the game in the NFL these days is speed.
Yeah.
So whoever's fastest is, who makes the most plays and who gets paid.
And it's also, I think, it could become a mental thing. Like sometimes you feel like if you have something on your body, then it's weighing you, or it's like
100%.
And if it starts to become a little bit of a hinge, and it's not even worth it, I bet.
No, that's 100% true. Because like I had to get used. I play with the shoulder sling on because was it my second year? I dislocated my shoulder, and so like to come back and play and not miss any time, I wore the shoulder sling, and now I'm just like superstitious about it. And like I still like my shoulders are a little messed up, but like I don't need to wear it, but I literally just do it because it helps me like just not totally get out of the socket sometimes. But for that took a lot of getting used to just wearing something else on my body. Because at first I was like, well, I can't lift my hand above my head, and then after a while you just get used to it, and that's it. That's the whole process of it, just getting used to it. Because like the football, like the girdles that come with like the built-in pads and like your thighs and your hips and stuff like that. It's like spandex you'd wear.
Yeah, I've seen them. Yeah, like big panties.
Yeah,
kinda.
basically. And like they have these thick pads in them. And I wore them in high school, and then I didn't wear them again until I tried them on in the NFL, and it felt like I was wearing like baggy pants, and I hated it. It was just way too much going on. And so I just do like the little, like those high school white little pads you put into your football pants. Cause like it is, you don't want to wear a lot because you're just trying to be as fast as possible.
No, one thing that was interesting, even when your sister was helping me do yoga, and I just bring that back because we would talk about you sometimes, and she was always really interested in like the next, like staying on the pulse of like, that is pretty cool, huh?
That's awesome.
I know, dude. It's always weird. You think like, would you ever have like one of those of yourself, and then like somehow you end up with one?
Oh, dude, yeah, I did a bobblehead thing like in 2018 or 2019. And I still have like 30 of them in a box just in my barn, just in storage. And then I got a Nickelodeon one this year. It's hilarious too.
Really?
My head is so big, dude.
Let's bring it up.
I don't know if you can find it, but yeah, I did. It's hilarious.
I gotta start you know what I should start doing for guests that we have on? I should start getting some bobbleheads.
Oh, that's awesome. Have you seen you like the Preds, right? Hockey team?
Yeah, I like the Preds. They're not they don't like themselves. I don't think they're not that good. You
Oh
know?
my! Well, so Phil Forsberg's like one of my best friends. I love
Okay.
that dude, and I love going. Oh yeah, there it is. Look at that big head,
Oh my God, that's you, dude. What were you going through?
dude. When I first opened it, I was
Oh my
like,
God,
"That boy's
dude.
faded, Theo. That boy right there is faded."
Yeah, dude.
Look
you
at him.
look. Whoa, bro.
Yeah.
Hold on, dude. That looks like. Whoa.
You like
She
that?
looks hot. That's
Hey,
all
thank
I'm
you.
saying,
That's,
dude.
that's a nice. Yeah, that from the backside, man. That's aggressive. Oh, I just got slime. Thanks, Nick. Really appreciate
that's
it.
slime. Okay,
Yeah,
I didn't know what was
Nickelodeon,
going on.
man.
Oh, now I get it. I thought that was like between two ferns was Zach Galifianakis.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
That's really what I thought it was. I was like, what's going on here? This looks like you. I feel like in like 15 years. Or
I know
20 years.
that's a faded old George right there.
Yeah, huh? That looks like George. Like if you were in like Pink Floyd or like if you were definitely like riding in a small van.
White van. How many windows?
I mean, some of the windows had curtains because you were also living in it. I think it has that kind of like we're following the Grateful Dead or we're following Widespread Panic.
Yeah, how's it?
Yeah,
Kind of compare.
It's good.
I actually just got my fade redone. So I was coming from a haircut.
Oh, you did?
I had to.
Who does your hair?
His name's Calvin. He cuts a lot of the Titans players, and so I met him through one of the guys, and now he just cuts me and all my buddies' hair. It's fantastic.
Oh, nice. Is he?
Yeah, North Nashville.
Oh wow, yeah, he really gets on there, huh?
Oh yeah, high bald fade.
Damn.
He's good at it.
Yeah, I just got my hair cut today too. Actually,
Ooh, look at us.
that's crazy. This girl Whitney cuts mine here in Nashville.
Have you ever had anyone mess up your haircut like really bad?
Oh, dude, one time my freaking friend's dad. First of all, never get your hair cut in Mississippi.
Okay, thank you.
Just don't do it.
I won't do it.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I
Don't,
got you.
even if it's at the mall, the casino, it doesn't matter.
You get a haircut at the casino.
Dude, I got a haircut at a casino one time, bro. Dude, I'll tell you, this is crazy. So
Yeah.
one time, Chris Pratt actually, this is, and I'm kind of name dropping, but this is what
That's all
happened.
right.
He sent me a DM. He asked me to be on a movie of his, right? So I went through all these things and he helped me get the part in the movie. And then I got this horrible haircut.
Oh, it's tough.
And we were just about to like start taping. And I also didn't like the part was very small and it was going to take like 12 weeks to do.
Oh, ew.
And I was like, man, this is just,
It's a lot.
it's a lot. But what capped it off was that day I'd had a show that weekend somewhere and I got my hair cut in a casino in Mississippi. And it was so fucking bad. It pushed me over the edge. I was like,
I know.
I definitely don't want to be on camera. I don't want to be around anyone.
I'm out.
Yeah. And this lady had just gotten out of she went through like this hair cutting rehabilitation program through prison or whatever, which I'm all about.
That's who cut your hair?
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Way
That's
to
what I was
trust that.
thinking. I
Way
was
to
like,
trust
God
that.
wants me here. This is what we're doing. It
wasn't it.
Oh God. I wanted to fucking, bro, I should have gone to prison on that lady. It was fucking bad, dude. And if I ever see that fucking lady again somewhere.
You want to go to Casino Mississippi with me?
It was so bad, dude.
That's brutal.
I was like, I gamble with my most valuable asset too.
That's tough. It is. That's a
tough.
good asset.
This is a public service announcement. Manscaped now has beard products, as well as a brand new nose and ear hair trimmer. That's the worst. One time I had a buddy, he shaved his head and he left his ears just, my God, grew a dang mitten on each one of them. His ears were just dang ready for winter all year long. If you haven't already heard, the leaders in below the waist grooming are traveling up north with their revolutionary Beard Hedger Pro kit. Yep. Plus, they've now launched the brand new Weed Whacker 2.0, which that means they got your whole body covered. Do that landscaping, baby, that manscaping. You know what I'm talking about. It all starts with the Beard Hedger. This thing is an elite beard trimmer. It's tough on hair, but smooth on your face. Ooh. Leading to single stroke efficiency that brings satisfaction one stroke at a time. Now that you have your face looking great, you must try Manscaped Performance Package 4.0 for the full body grooming experience. The Performance Package 4.0 now comes with the Weed Whacker 2.0 and all the other below-the-waist grooming products Manscaped is known for. You can get 20% off and free shipping with our code Theo at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use our code Theo. Always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. You know, I love the trimmers from there. In fact, I just left mine at a hotel, and I'm gonna order one for myself. Are you ready for UFC 286? The welterweight champ will be decided in the third matchup between Leon Edwards and Kamaru Usman. Who will come out on top? Well, place your bets on DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of UFC. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Yep. Plus, all users can take the MMA action to the next level with DraftKings same-game parlays. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THEO. Bet $5 on UFC 286 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's code Theo only at DraftKings Sportsbook. 21 and up in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details and state-specific responsible gambling resources. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPENY or text HOPENY, which is 467-369. Bonus issued as bonus bets. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/MMA terms. Please gamble responsibly.
I had one, so my hair got to a point where it was getting caught in my shoulder pads. And so I just went to a barber. And what I've realized now is that when you have long hair, you need to go to a salon and like work with someone who knows how to cut long hair.
Yeah.
I just went to a barber, and I swear to God, he gave me a bowl cut without putting a bowl on my head. He let my hair down and he just cut a circle around my head. And I looked at it and I was like, that's tough for me. It's really tough. And I had to go to a salon literally like an hour later, and they had to like fix it for him, but it was still a brutal. He just went scissors in a circle.
It hurts, huh?
It was a struggle for me. My wife looked at me. She was like, what is wrong with you? I was like, a lot of things at this moment. Actually, I got to leave.
Yeah, I've been neutered.
Yeah, dude.
That's what it feels like.
Oh, dude.
People don't know once you've grown, like there's something about it, like why I could see why Native Americans would go and take the scalp of a man because it was like the most powerful fucking thing you could do.
It's very disrespectful. Did you ever get a haircut like during COVID? Like anyone, like I had a traveling barber who I met through a person.
Traveling barber, dude.
Like in Nashville.
That's a homeless guy.
Dude, he showed up and I asked him, for a fade, and he cut it, and then he was on the back of my neck and he was talking to me, and he was a football fan, so he was talking, and you know, like when you know somebody messes something up and they try to hide it, and like it was like zzz, zzz, and I was like, he stopped for like 2 seconds. I was like, you good? And he's like, yeah, no, nothing's wrong. And I go in and I show my wife, and he basically put a lightning bolt as my neckline.
Oh.
It was absolutely brutal.
Why did he do it, you think?
He was just not paying attention.
Oh, yeah.
He was asking me a football question, and he just got excited. It was hilarious. I looked, I was like, you know what, man? Just thank you for the time.
Yeah.
And I'm going to call it a day. Oh, my goodness.
There's nothing worse than getting a bad haircut, man.
It's brutal. It just ruins your whole day and maybe a week.
Oh, yeah. It can ruin even more. At least you're married, bro.
Dude, yes, it helps a lot.
God, you know a lady still likes you when you fucking get home.
Yes.
Imagine you get a shitty haircut, then you go home and it's just you there.
Just staring in the mirror like, oh my God, I can't leave the house.
You're trying on different hats and shit. You're like, yeah, it's like
you suddenly become a beanie guy. Hey, Theo, why are you wearing a beanie? Don't worry about it. It's my thing now.
Yeah, you grow a beard that you can't even grow. It's just, but no, one thing that was interesting about, and I keep going back to your sister, but
yeah, I keep distracting you. Sorry,
it's okay. One thing that was interesting was she's like, she helps train. You guys do yoga and stuff. She's always like, but she's like, yeah, we stay on try to stay on the cutting edge. She just gone to a conference, I think it was some type of new yoga or something.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called, but yeah.
But it was just interesting. She's like, yeah, our family's big into this. Has your family always been like, because I got to meet your father and your mother at the golf, at the
mother-in-law.
Oh, that's mother-in-law.
Yeah, that's my mom's
No way.
Mom. Yeah.
Is your mother still alive?
Yes, she is. She didn't go. My dad. Yeah, you're good. My
your
dad
dad's remarried.
No.
Oh, your wife's mother.
It's my wife's mom. Yeah, my wife's mom, she was in town she works with the NFL Hall of Fame Health. And so like she works with like former NFL players who are retired who need help with medical stuff.
Oh,
which is, it's really cool stuff. But yeah, I brought my sister, my dad, and my mother-in-law because my sister and my dad, they have the podcast now. And so
yeah. What's it called?
Hidden Pearls.
Right.
Hidden Pearls podcast. But they were in Scottsdale for an event up there, and I happen to have a couple extra tickets, so they got to go with me.
Yeah, it was cool, man, because I'd always heard about y'all's dad.
Oh, yeah.
And then to get to see your sister again was great. But has y'all's family always been like super health conscious, or like what was that kind of like?
My mom's been a vegetarian most of my life.
Oh wow! And you grew up in the Midwest.
Did grow up in the Midwest, so yeah.
God, dude, were people just throwing like Molotov cocktails through your fucking windows?
Dude, no, she was fine. She eats fish once in a while, so like not true vegetarian. But like now, I would say. I'd say like the last 10 years, my family's become like super health conscious. Well, like my dad's 60, my parents are both, my dad's 64, my mom's 63.
Wow, he looks great.
He does look great. But my dad, like his side of the family has like health issues. And so he's like, I'm not going to let that happen to me. And so I'm going to be as healthy as I possibly can. So my dad's basically vegan now for like the last 5 years.
I'm going to fight it. Bring him up. His name is
Bruce.
Bruce
Kittle.
Let's bring him up in here. I want to get a JPEG of this fella right here. Because, look at him. There he is.
Oh, yeah, look at that guy.
And he's a little zenned out in this picture, but he's definitely a tough man.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, that's you and him.
That's me and him.
Is that right down the street? No.
Yeah, that was there.
Oh, that's crazy. So was he?
Oh, yeah, look at that hair photo of him in college.
Where is it? Let me see.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know, right?
So he went to the worst barber.
Oh, dude. He tried to keep his hair for right. He's been bald since probably like 40, 45.
No.
He just shaves it off.
So were you worried about that?
Well, I know that when I cut the hair, I don't know if it's going to come back very well.
Oh.
It is what it is. So my wife likes it, so I'm going to keep it as long as she likes it, and then I'll cut it off when I cut it off, and it is what it is.
Save it probably. We thought about cutting off some of, like whenever I get my hair cut, saving it and selling little 20 sacks of it at the
You could probably just walk down Broadway. People would buy it.
Well, we want to sell them after comedy shows. We want to have a special thing where there's like a limited edition, 40 of them, and they're just little 20 bags and like little drug baggies. But not that I know what drug.
That's like the dude selling the sand from where Tom Brady did his retirement speech from. Someone
crazy.
sold that for $400. I was like, are you serious? Like, who's going to buy that? Why would you do that?
Some fucking sand monkey out there. Were you guys really tough? Because your whole family's very fit.
Yes.
Was that a big thing growing up? Was there like did you have to like do chin ups to get seconds and stuff?
No, not at all. No, my mom's a 2-sport Hall of Fame athlete in Iowa high school.
Oh wow.
Yeah, softball and basketball. My dad was a football player and a wrestler, and so we just kind of been athletes. Emma was a great athlete. She was like, I don't know, like.
She was volleyball, right?
She played volleyball in college. She did basketball and volleyball in high school. I think she was like first team all state and all of her stuff. So she's a freak athlete too. So we've always just been athletic, but no, like it wasn't my dad was always big on, like there are dads out there who are like very strict on their kids about stuff. My dad he gave me like a template, like, hey, these are things that are going to lead to your success. You can choose to do them or not. I'm going to help you like make the right decision. Like I'm not going to force you to do it. It's on you. But like, what are your dreams? I want to play in the NFL. This is going to help you get to there. Like just doing these things a little bit better. But his biggest thing was like, hey, work hard, try to get better and have fun. Because if you have fun, it's a lot easier. That's always been my mindset.
Interesting. Yeah, I just kind of wondered. I just wondered, like, was it like real intense or was it?
Not really.
It was just you guys having a good time.
Yeah, it was a great time. I mean, there wasn't too much strictness with it. Like my parents are they're always, I was a pretty good kid. I didn't really do a lot. Like I was very nice. I played football, basketball, and then I came home and I played Halo 3. That's about all I did.
Oh, dang.
It's pretty easy. I was low key.
Were you?
Yes, very. My sister wasn't, but you can have her on the podcast to discuss that. Yeah,
maybe sometime. That'd be interesting. So what else? Oh, I was thinking about this, dude. Oh no, there was one more question I wanted to ask. Oh, but y'all's family seems really close.
Very. Yeah, we just always have been. It's just, mom, dad, me, and my sister. So it's like we moved around a bunch. I went to like 15 different school districts, basically.
Why?
Growing up. I started in Wisconsin. That's where I was born. Moved back to Iowa because both my parents, their families are from there. I don't know, my mom has 9 sisters.
Oh,
so she's one of 10 girls.
Wow.
And so,
I would have loved to live next door, dude. My God, dude.
that's funny.
Wow.
Yes, they lived in like small town Iowa.
What town was it?
Mount Union, Iowa is where it's like Mount Pleasant. It's an hour south of Iowa City where the University of Iowa is.
Okay.
So it's just down southeast Iowa. So like we moved back to Iowa, then we just kind of moved around a lot with my dad. He just wanted to be closer to his job. We had land. Didn't like the house we lived in, just moved around a bunch.
Interesting. Yeah, my mom went to college in Iowa, I think at like Colin College or something.
Coe College, Cedar
Yeah,
Rapids,
Coe College.
Iowa.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've had friends that go to Coe College.
Yeah, that's
Cedar
cool,
Rapids
man.
is an interesting town.
Yeah, it's interesting. Oh, I like Dubuque maybe a little bit more.
That's where my wife's from.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
on the border.
I like Dubuque. They got some really neat hotels and stuff right there along the river.
Oh yeah, what
And
is
like-
that called? It starts with. Did you stay in the room where Al Capone was in it? Right.
Yeah, that's right.
I was in that room too.
Were you?
The Juliet or something like that.
Yeah, bring
Julius,
up that hotel. It's Dubuque.
Dubuque, Iowa, like the Julius or Juliet, something like that. Yeah, it's a cool hotel. One of my buddies got married there.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, Mark Twain, I think, would write a lot about that area and stuff. It was really...
Well, it's right on Dubuque's right on the corner, so like you cross a bridge into Illinois or Wisconsin, and so it's kind of a cool area.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's just big bridges that go across.
Hotel Julian, maybe?
Julian, yeah, that's it.
That's it.
I was close. I got the jewel right.
And it's haunted, it says. Read it about Al Capone. He's booking us a damn room, dude. Come on, man. We're just friends.
Yeah, no, like there was a room that he stayed in that he put like I don't know if it was a safe or like a closet. It was a hidden door that he would hide in if like cops ever came to the hotel. And so they just leave it permanently open now. Yeah, I was right. There we go.
There you go. Hotel Julian Dubuque became known as one of the finest hotels in the Midwest and hosted many grand banquets and famous guests. But all the personages said to have stayed at the hotel. Local lore alleges that when things got hot in Chicago, Capone would travel with his entourage to Dubuque and hide out at Hotel Julian.
Yeah, there's like a hidden room and there's a hidden room in that hotel room and they leave it open like I said now, but it used to like blend in.
Oh, wow.
It was really cool stuff.
That's cool. Yeah, I really like Dubuque though. Even just walking around the downtown, I really enjoyed it. Dude, you have like this. Do you start to feel like you have like this almost like wrestling type of vibe about you, right? And people have said that you're a wrestling fan.
I am.
Do you feel like more of a character when you're playing football sometimes these days?
Maybe. I think football is a place where like I authentically I think I'm authentically myself all the time, but the great thing about football is it's one of the only professions where you get to beat the shit out of someone and not get arrested for it.
Yeah.
There's not very many of those sports, right?
Yeah.
And so that's really fun for me. And like,
Except Memphis, maybe. I think you can do it these days. But yeah, I don't think it's like as sanctioned.
yeah, probably not. You know, it's frowned upon.
Yeah. It's
Frowned upon. But like in the NFL, so like I just get to go out there and I get to hit people. I get to have fun. I mean, I'm playing a kid's game, dude, and getting paid a lot of money to do it. So like I'm going to work my tail off, but I'm going to enjoy it every second that I'm out there because you only get so many reps. There's only so much tread on the tire. And you got Tom Brady who can play for 20 years, maybe 21. And then like, but the average, lifespan is like 3 year. So I'm going into year 7. I'm doing pretty well for myself. So it's like, hey, I'm going to play as long as I can. I'm going to play at a high level as long as I can, but I'm going to have a great time every time I'm out there.
And do you feel like it's easier for guys now? Is there more of the aspect of it now where, let me think of exactly what I'm trying to say. So it seems like you want to stay in it longer now, right? Everybody's always wanted to stay in it longer, but now it's obviously it's a bigger business now than it was 20 years ago.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's significantly more money in it. I mean, you just saw like 2 quarterbacks just got paid over $100 million with like $70 million. The one guy got guaranteed like $83 million. That's more than my entire contract.
Wow,
that's wild.
That's wild.
I mean,
it was Daniel Jones, right?
Yeah, good for him. Happy for him. I love it when guys in the NFL get paid because it's really hard to get paid.
Wow.
And so I love everybody getting paid. I do not care who they is. If I think they're a good player, if I think they're a bad player, awesome. You got paid. Good. You're set for life. Like, just don't squander it, please.
What do you mean when you say it's hard for guys to get paid?
Well, like the NFL is full of like every NFL player. College, so you have high school, which is like you have hundreds of thousands of kids playing high school, right? And you just think about like the number, you have millions of kids playing high school ball. You have hundreds of thousands of people playing college football. There's 1,500 NFL players. Like just like the percentage is just so small. And then when you get there, like every team has All-Americans in college, Heisman Trophy winners. And it's just like you have to figure out what you do better than everybody else and how to do that for as long as you can. And that's like kind of what the NFL is like. Surviving in the NFL is really hard. Like there's fantastic players and athletes out there that should be in the NFL and aren't, right? Like that happens all the time. It's like a lot of guys don't take advantage of that opportunity, so it's hard to get paid. You have to have the right. You have to take advantage of that opportunity when it's in front of you.
Are there any players that come to mind where you're like, man, that player, it didn't pan out, or there was an injury that happened, or?
Oh, I mean, like let's see. One of my favorite football players of all time was Bob Sanders. He's a safety for the Indianapolis Colts. He played for Iowa. He won defensive MVP one year, but like he just had an assortment of injuries, and he would have been he was a first ballot Hall of Famer. And then he just had all these injuries that he couldn't stay healthy. And then
he played in the pros.
Oh yeah, he was with like NFL MVP for defense. Like amazing football player as a safety, which is really hard to do these days. And he was incredible. And he had like a back injury, he had leg injuries, shoulder injuries because he hit people so hard and he'd be hurt. And it's just like, instead of being a first ballot Hall of Famer, like he'll always be remembered as a really good football player, but like injury kind of took that away from him. And so he could have gotten paid a lot more money too, probably. That's what's hard. It's like you have to stay healthy, you have to be in the right situation, you have to make a lot of plays.
And you have to get into those. Like what are the years you kind of get paid on? What are some of those levels? It's like
after most of the time is like I got paid after year 3.
Okay.
I was on a 4-year rookie deal. Most of the extensions happen after 3 years. Or you can after year 4, you're a free agent is what you're seeing now. Like that's where the real money is because like everyone's bidding on you, and that's where the good stuff is. But yeah, most guys get paid after 3. If you're a first round draft pick, like teams have a 5th year right to you. And so those first round draft picks might not get paid till after year 4. But they already got a first round signing bonus. So like they're doing well for themselves.
I see. Do you think it like as a player gets into that year where it's like, okay, the next year they're going to get paid? Is it common where guys will kind of, and maybe this is an overall question I was trying to ask earlier, where do you feel like, as overall, as the league, that the players, everybody's almost like, all right, let's don't go too crazy here today so that we could all play again next year?
There is I would say a majority of the NFL, like a high majority of the NFL is not trying to hurt other players. I think you have a couple crazy guys that don't care if they do. Like, I don't think their intention is, I'm trying to blow your knee out. I don't think that's a thing really anymore. But I definitely like, there are some guys who are more conscious about it than other guys. And like, there's hits that you can't avoid and it is what it is. But yeah, I think I've had a time, this is my 3rd year. It was like week 15 and I've been healthy the entire year. And there's a pile right behind me and a guy, and like my legs are pinned. And if a guy wanted to, he could have like literally just thrown me backwards. It's going to be a really awkward fall for me. Instead, he grabbed me and pulled me out of the way. And he's like, dog, you're worth too much to do that. And I was like, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yeah. It's very nice of you. You're amazing. And so like that happened to me and I was like, you know what, like that's kind of how I am too. Like I never want to hurt anybody. Like I cut block, I have to. Like, how do you expect?
Fuck yeah. I'll do it at the fucking mall, dude. If somebody's fucking up.
You just dive at a dude's ankles.
Dude, yeah.
Put your head through his kneecap. Dude, like, and that's football, right? Like, and people want to outlaw certain things. Like I like the try not to hit him in the head. Like I appreciate that. Like I don't want to get hit in the head a lot. It sucks. Concussions aren't fun. But yeah, just getting hit in the head in general, like just kind of sucks. So like guys are conscious about that. I like the protection the NFL has, but like there's certain jobs like, hey, I'm gonna cut block you and I'm gonna hit you in the knees. And I don't like try to hurt anybody through it, but like it's a part of the game.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird. But like I said, it's violence that's appreciated by everybody.
Yeah, I think that's true. So you have to, does it almost start to feel like wrestling then at some point late in the league?
To an extent, like there's a lot, like yeah, I would say to an extent, like I would say there's a handful of us out there who are treating it like wrestling having fun out there like that. But yeah, I mean, everyone's out there. Everyone wants to, like, everyone's goal is to win a Super Bowl. I mean, I hope everyone's goal is to win a Super Bowl. Like that's what my goal is. And then whatever comes with that, but like, I'm not going to go out of my way, like, to inflict too much pain on somebody, but enough.
Right. Yeah. Cause I think, I wonder if it used to be different,
I think back in the day, they cared less about each other. But there's a lot more going on back then. Like a lot of, did you ever see the clip of, it was on Instagram, but it was like the 1980, maybe like 1990 highlight for like MB or CBS, like Sunday football or something like that. And like the whole highlight video is just like guys getting their knees taken out, guys getting thrown onto their heads, like just getting smoked. And like every highlight in that like cut up is illegal in today's game, which is crazy. But guys used to get messed up back in the day. But then you have to take in, like, are the guys that played in if you played in the NFL, you're a fan, like good for you. You were a good athlete. Like you played at a high level. You played with the best. But like the game in the 80s and even the 90s is way different than it is today. Like just the athletes too. Like you got guys out there running 4.240s like left and right.
Yeah.
In the 80s, you might have had one guy in the whole NFL that could do that. But now it's like every team has 3 guys. It's just crazy how the game's evolved. And now like look at like you guys see guys like Myles Garrett. That dude's 6'5", 280 pounds, and he's just muscle with 5% body fat. It's just like they didn't exist.
Right.
He didn't exist 20 years ago.
That's crazy. They didn't even exist.
Yeah, like he just didn't, like that wasn't a thing.
Wow.
Or like you might have had one in the entire NFL. But like now, like guys that look like that are everywhere. I have like 5 guys in my locker room that if they punch me in the face, I could die. It's wild. I'm just like, oh my, like his fist is the size of my entire face and he could kill me with one punch. It's kind of weird to go to work with people like that.
Yeah, I bet, huh?
It's weird.
Oh, I would keep a little treat bag on me like they do with like if they're raising somebody that's raising
Some
like
Skittles?
Yeah, or just something.
You want a Kit Kat bar?
Oh, dude, no. I'd give them probably a decent meat or something. I'd give them a damn Wagyu at that level. You got to keep them pleased.
Yeah, hey, what you want, a bottle of tequila? Wine? What do you want? You want Camus? Yeah, sure,
Hey, Ron, calm down on this next play a little bit.
Hey, dude.
Just satiate him.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's funny.
You were talking about having I read something somewhere you were thinking that they should have an extra bye week, right?
Oh, I'd love to talk about this, Theo.
Yeah.
So the NFL, it starts in, let's see, I leave for training camp July 24th.
Okay. And what is it now? January, February, March.
It's like March something. We're in March
Okay,
sometime.
we're in March.
But so you report in July 24th, and my season technically ended on January 29th. That's a long season, right?
Okay. So you have 5 months off.
Ish, but like we have spring football that starts April 15th, and that's 2 months.
Oh, dang. What do you have to do there?
It's not as much contact, but you're just, the first like 2 weeks is just working out, like getting you into shape.
And you have to be there.
Physically,
you can Zoom.
No, so it's not mandatory. One of those things, like they want you there. Some guys have workout bonuses in their contract, so they can only miss so many days, but like their coaches want you to be there. If you're a vet, like there's going to be like Trent Williams probably won't show up, for a couple of weeks because like he doesn't really need to get better at football. Not going to lie. Like he's probably the best football player in the NFL.
Okay.
As our offensive lineman, our left tackle. But like there's certain guys that don't do OTAs. But it's really beneficial for young guys because you just learn the playbook. You go through the meeting. It's kind of like if you haven't really been in the NFL too much, it's kind of like a boot camp. It's a boot camp for the season.
Yeah.
Just kind of gets you ready for it. And like there's 1 week that's mandatory at the end of it that everybody has to go to or you can get fined. But it's not mandatory. I always go to like I always usually show up like May 1st. I'm like 2 weeks late usually just because yesterday was my first day in Nashville.
Wow, really?
And it's like, the first week of March. And so like the entire month of February I was doing stuff, whether it was Pro Bowl, I was at the Super Bowl doing some like gigs. Working with some of my marketing partners. And then after that, I did like a 10-day vacation with my wife because I was like, I haven't gone on vacation in 7 months. So I'd like to go see a beach.
Yeah.
Sounds really nice right now. So
Did you go to Maui?
I did Maui last year. Yeah. Hawaii is awesome. Beautiful.
So great.
It is beautiful. I wish it wasn't as expensive as it is,
Yeah,
but like
so
I get it. But like, I don't know, like, and there's beautiful places in the world that I haven't been, but that's one of my favorite places. Like you're in the ocean and there's just massive islands that look like they could move at any second, and wreak havoc. Like that's how I see. I'm like, wow, that's some cool stuff. But I was in
you living like damn Breath of the Wild. You're living like Zelda style, dude.
Oh, that's what it feels like, dude. Yeah,
if you're thinking like that.
That's how I view it.
To look at the
I'm
world.
like, is that like a giant Pokemon? Is that going to stand up and come over here, dude? Like that stuff freaks. Like that's what I think about when I'm out there. I'm like, wow. I'm just chilling right now. I know, right? I'm a 13-year-old kid, Theo.
Yeah, it seems like that. It seems like you're just kind of like living in these crazy adult like dream worlds of a child, but that you're actually getting to navigate through them.
It's wild.
So what about that extra bye week? So you?
Bye week.
No, it's okay.
I was saying, so like the season, like January, let's say July 24th, right? And like you're like fully practicing. Let's just say July. Like the first couple days are pretty easy, but like by August 1st, you're going full speed go from August 1st until if you're in the playoffs or like Super Bowl, like it's mid-February. So like your body's just rolling and getting beat up. And so, and then 2 years ago, they added a 17th game.
Oh yeah. Who did that? The money people?
You know what? I voted no on it, but it is what it is. It went.
Did you guys' vote count?
Well, so there was like, it was the new CBA, the bargaining agreement, and they put in, how I understand it and how it was explained to me is like they kind of just put the 17th game out there, and as players are bored or like the player voted reps, we're like, no, we're not going to do that. And then when they finally gave us an offer, it was kind of like, you're going to accept this or else. And it somehow passed the voting process and then went to the players. And it wasn't, I don't know how well it was explained because it was in the middle of COVID too. So it was really hard to get a hold of people. Like it was weird. And that was like Zoom was just kind of getting along too. So like it was difficult to, get a lot of people on a phone call. I mean, think about it. There's 1,500 guys in the league. They were trying to do like league wide meetings. Can you imagine 1,500 people on a phone call?
Zoom call?
Yeah, like it was crazy. And so like it was difficult to get all the information out there. So we voted, and however many people voted, like there's a possible of like 1,500 votes. Only like 800 people voted out of the 1,500 or something like that. And it passed. And so the 17th game was included now. And so they added a 17th game. And so this is all my theory is if you're going to add a game, so the season's 18 weeks long because there's one bye week for every team, right? If you just add another bye week and you give everybody 2, it'll be a 19-week season. There's more weeks of football, more money to be made, and your best players are staying healthy. So like, why not just do it? It makes simple sense to me and you can just, I don't think any player right now, if the NFL announced like, we're going to give everybody a second bye week, I don't think anybody would ever complain about that. And like, okay, that makes our season 1 week longer. Now we're getting done the 3rd week of February. Okay, like maybe take out a week of OTAs and just give us a week on the back end to, let guys, go on vacation or give another guys a week to train. It's like, once you're in the NFL and it's your job, like everybody wants to play football. It doesn't really take me a lot to get motivated to play football. I love what I do and I think everybody else does. So it's like, and there's like young guys, you have to keep them like in line kind of because they don't understand it yet, like OTAs and stuff like that. But if you get like, there's NFL guys want to show up and they're going to play at a high level because they want to get paid. They love playing on the football field. You feel like a gladiator. When you stand in the new Raider Stadium and it's straight up and there's 70,000 people looking down on you. Oh, dude, it's one of the coolest feelings ever. Like you literally look up.
Kill somebody at halftime.
You feel like it, dude. It's really fun. So my whole thing is just like add a bye week. I don't think anyone's going to get upset about it. And your best player is going to stay healthier longer.
I'm a big fan of Raising Cane's, baby. You know that. God, I could eat it every day. I mean, I wish there were 8 days in a week so I could eat it 8 times a week. That's how much I want it. And that secret sauce, it just whispers right into my dang taste buds. You know that. That buttery Texas toast, the crinkle cut fries. Come on. Come on. And they do it right. My go-to order is that Caniac combo. And I don't know if you know it, but it's easy to order on their mobile app or online at raisingcanes.com. That's right. Satisfy your canes fixed fast by ordering through their app or online at raisingcanes.com or stop by your local restaurant. I want my cane raised, baby. Did you know that shipping costs are the #1 cause of abandoned carts online? Did you know it? Well, now you do. Have you ever left a cart full of items in an online store because the shipping was too expensive? Well, if you're selling stuff online, you can prevent that and keep your customers happy when you use ShipStation. You can lower shipping costs, you can make returns easy, and again, you can keep those customers content. ShipStation effortlessly integrates everywhere you sell online, including Amazon, Shopify, eBay, Etsy, and more. Manage every order from one simple dashboard, automate routine shipping tasks, print labels, easily compare rates and delivery times, and automate delivery notifications. You can do it all. Get up to 88% off USPS and UPS rates. And if that's not enough, use my promo code to try ShipStation free for 2 months. You want to make sure your customers get to shipping and that doesn't send them away. Use promo code Theo today at ShipStation.com to sign up for your free 60-day trial. That's a lot of time to check it out. That's ShipStation.com, promo code Theo. Get a 60-day free trial at ShipStation.com/THEO. Thanks to ShipStation for sponsoring the show. It does make sense. How tough is it to stay? How tough is that turnaround on the body, honestly? Is it really tough?
Like Sunday to Sunday?
Yeah, on that Sunday to Sunday.
Oh, I don't
get that. It's hard to understand.
Yeah, no, it's literally, I'm in a car accident every Sunday, multiple car accidents every Sunday, like
Oh, damn.
multiple every Sunday. And like I said earlier, like there's a part of luck to it. Like there was a game, like I've had games where like I hyperextend my knee and like that's gonna affect your season. Like that's gonna be there, or you burst a bursa-sac in your knee. That's gonna be there for several weeks. And if you get lucky, you don't have to deal with that stuff. It's a little bit better, but like you're still getting these car accidents. And like Monday, I have to do like a big lower body lift. And I have to move, otherwise you get really stiff and like you get more sore. Wow. So you do a big lift, try to stay a little bit mobile. But Mondays I usually feel okay. Tuesdays are really, really hard days. Like it's like the second day afterwards, you kind of feel everything.
Whiplash kind of.
Yeah, it's literally what it is. And like some Tuesdays are better than others. Like some and especially like if we play on the East Coast, we have a 5-hour flight back. I get home at 4 a.m. Those are tough. But like you get in these car accidents and like it takes like Thursday to Friday is when I start to feel like myself again. And then like the longer into this, the more into the season you get, the more like your body, it's wear and tear. So like really now, like how I see it is if I'm not doing football, I'm doing recovery, whether it's tubs, whether it's BFR workouts, whether it's just movement, yoga, red light therapy, saunas, like whatever it is that can make my body, hyperbaric chambers are big now. Whatever is like available, that's all I do. Like I get home from practice. I get home at like, let's just say on a Wednesday, I'll be home at like 6:30. I'm instantly, my next 2.5 hours are rehab. And like you can do a lot of the stuff at the stadium. What I've done is because I got a contract, so I can afford to have a lot of that stuff in my house now. So then I get home fast. I can hang out with my wife for longer. Because like my first 3 years in the league, I was at the facility from like, I think our meeting started. Let's say if our meeting started at 8, I'm there from 6:15 until like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night for like, yeah. It's a long day, especially. And then like I want to be home. I want to be with my wife. And so it's just like I've purchased those things to have in my house now, so I have a couple extra hours. But like literally, that's all you do now is rehab and rehabilitation. And there are guys that don't do that. I don't know how they survive. I don't understand it.
Wild, huh?
Yeah, it's actually crazy. Like some guys, like they don't have to do all that stuff, but that's something I've dedicated like the football window is, like I said, the average lifespan is 3 years. So I mean, like the window in the grand scheme of my life, my freshman year, I had a coach, David Rye. He told me this. He was like, he drew on a board. Is like, if you line here and lie here, let's just say it's 100 years, right? Okay. That's your life. I'll do it so you can see it. 100 years. This is 0. And like, so here you are, you're 18 years old. You're right here. This 4-year window of college is this big. And then you have the rest of your life. Why not take advantage of that small ass window, right? Do everything you can to be the best you can do those 4 years. So now after college, now you get a chance in the NFL. And now you're getting to now it's this big, it's a bigger window, but it's still like a sliver. It's like 12 years of your life.
Maybe,
yeah, 1/10 of your life. And so like, why not put all your effort into being available and being the best player you can possibly be?
Yeah.
And like there are guys like, I don't ski, I don't do anything possible. Like I don't even play pickup basketball anymore. Like I'm just like, it's not worth it.
You do hide and go seek, you think?
I could do that. Yeah. Freeze tag maybe. I was a big freeze tag guy back in the day.
Really?
Do you ever play Ghost in the Graveyard? Like you have you play at night and like one person and like you have to hide, and the whole point of the game is if they tag you, you're a ghost, but you have to make it back to the home base, which is where the ghost counts from. And they give you they go around the clock one time and then it strikes midnight and then the ghost comes for you.
Oh, damn.
I used to play the hell out of that game. It was so fun.
Really?
I never got tagged.
Really?
Yeah, Ghost in the Graveyard. It's so much fun.
Damn.
That's what I played when I was like 4, 5, 6. Like that was some of my favorite playing.
We didn't play. I don't think we played that. I don't know. They had so many pedophiles in our neighborhood. We didn't even go out.
You shouldn't hide.
Yeah.
You might not get found, dude.
Well, yeah. Or if you do get found, it's by some grown man who has cable or whatever.
He has cable
or some bullshit.
He's
would always have
some.
Yeah, it's always just some fucking lie or something. I got 2 VCRs. And like, we can watch a movie. You can just look at the other one. Just some bait.
We'd have 2 movies on at the same time. Whoa.
Yeah, dude, just shit to blow a kid's mind.
That's funny as fuck.
What were you just talking about right before that though?
The
longevity.
Right?
Yeah,
I was talking about like the window of your career and stuff.
Well, it even happens with comedy. It's like I know when I get back off the, like when I'm on the road, it's like I know that I have to do yoga right before I go on stage, right?
Yeah.
I'll finish yoga literally probably about 9 minutes before I go on. And then I'll get in the shower. I'll take like a 3-minute shower.
Okay.
And then I'll get out, and it's just, that's my pattern, right? It's like if I'm up late, I'll make sure that I get 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah. Wait, so let me ask you this. So like football on our game day, right? Sundays, depending on whenever you kick off at 1:35, 1:25, whatever it is, the schedule is perfectly adjusted for, they'll tell you when you should wake up, and like breakfast is here, the bus leaves at this exact time, and it's, you know, in accordance, like, but it's always the exact, like it's 3 hours before kickoff, it's 2.5 hours before kickoff, and everything is regimented perfectly. And so like every Sunday I do the exact same thing from like literally, I like my routines. Like to get into the mindset and to flip the switch to like go out there and play football. And so like from Saturday morning until after the game Sunday, like I do the exact same thing every time. Yeah. It's wild. But like, so like you were saying, like you do yoga and you go shower, that habit. Yeah. It's that's kind of interesting to hear like how yours is different than mine, but you still have something like that before you go on stage.
Yeah, and when I get home, it's like I'll have to I make sure I go to the gym. I make sure I go to the workout with the trainer guys whenever I'm home. Right, I make sure I go get the NAD and like I'll get the NAD and the extra fluids. Probably I'll probably go every other day.
Do you?
Yeah, and if I don't get an AD every time, I'll get at least the extra fluids every time just to keep myself hydrated.
Where do you go for that?
I go to Arete.
Yeah, Arete.
Arete, yeah, or they keep changing the name of it, but they But yeah, it's nice in there. The women in there is good with the needle in there.
They know what they're doing, which is wonderful.
God,
you ever have a bad like IV experience?
Yeah, dude,
plenty.
My buddy the other day.
What?
My buddy the other day, I'm backstage. He's like, "Yeah, I'll get an IV too." I'm like, "Yeah, give my boy, right, bro." This fucking lady put like fucking 9 holes in it and never got it in.
Oh,
like what? And he's like 6'3". I'm like, you can't find a fucking vein on this guy,
dude. That gives me anxiety. I'm not a big needle guy by any means. I had my first IV I ever got was because I had to get ankle surgery in college. And the first time she missed my vein 6 times.
Oh my God.
And then she called someone else in to do it, and they did it, and I was fine. A month later, I had to go back and do the other ankle. And the lady got on her first try. There wasn't a lid on it, and my blood just started squirting out, and I just passed out. Those are my first 2 experiences with IVs. And so like, I'm kind of shook with them, but I do it like you need the liquid, you need the hydration, like the benefits that they have outweigh my mild uncomfortableness.
Yeah, I think that's it. And I start to get over it. What I'll do is when I'm make them do 1, 2, 3 before they put the needle in, and then I'll like jab my fingers into the side of my head to give an opposite pain.
Yeah, so pain transfer theory.
Yeah.
Dude, I bite the shit out of my tongue.
It helps, dude.
I just bite my tongue.
I haven't done that.
It sucks. Or bite your lip. Either one.
I'm not doing that's crazy. I feel like
it is psychopathic sometimes.
Yeah, kind of, dude. Next time I see you, you just have eaten your whole lip off.
Oh, dude, no, I bite the hell out of my tongue if I'm doing something uncomfortable.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, but I'll do that. I'll like, I'm sure the women in there are.
What is wrong with them?
They must think men are just the whip because they're like having to give birth or whatever, or like pierce their breasts or whatever. But like, and men are like, we can't even take that needle from them. But I do think the NAD is interesting. I noticed with the NAD, I'm able to just go from one, like this exercise, keep going. It's almost like I'm not even in my body. It's like I'm just keep doing it.
You're not like, I don't do it all the time. I do like it though. Like I think I wake up with more energy. Like that's the thing. That's what I'll always do it like in the afternoon, and it kind of makes me sleepy. Like I'm not gonna lie, but like the next day I feel fantastic, and that's kind of how I view it. And I don't do it all the time. I know some guys that like do 1,000 milliliters. I'm like, you guys are psychopaths. Like I got up to like 500, and I was doing about 22 minutes. I was pretty proud of myself.
Damn, that's insane.
That was a couple years ago. Like now, dude, I can already do 100. I'm just like, oh, this is the worst experience of my life. It
just burns you down. You guys were doing it 5 years ago?
No, sorry. I was doing 500 milliliters like 2 to 3 years ago. Okay. That's when I kind of got into it.
Wow, that's still a long time ago. I feel like it's just kind of become popular amongst just like, I'm just pretty much a regular person. So I would hear about like
more knowledgeable. Like people are just like,
maybe 6 months ago you would hear.
Yeah. Like, I think it just gets promoted a little bit better. Like the benefits of it. Like are things out there that, well, one for athletes, it's legal and it's healthy for you. So it's just like, well, why would I not do something that's going to help my body and just feel better overall?
It is expensive though.
Oh my gosh. It's $1 a milliliter. It's crazy.
Crazy, dude.
It's crazy.
It's like
Wow.
printer ink.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, why is that so expensive?
That's
Crazy.
crazy, dude.
It is crazy.
They jack it up. I guess if you want to read, you're gonna fucking pay for it, you pussy. But so if you got into wrestling, dude, say after this, because that's what I think I could. You start to become some guys. They become some players or some athletes. They are also able to become like a character in a way. I feel like you have like enough energy and like just like this kind of psycho charisma, I would call it, where you can also be like a character. Yeah, and it's like I do mean it as a compliment, but it's like so I could almost see you doing wrestling one day.
I would love to be in the ring at some point.
Really?
Yeah, it's I was in a match. It was actually right after I got drafted by the Niners. My buddy was doing a like a local. It was like an hour away from my house in Iowa. He was doing a show, and it's actually Seth Rollins, WWE wrestler. It's his wrestling school in Davenport, Iowa, and they put on shows. And so he was
one
in
of the Quad Cities, isn't it?
Yeah, Quad Cities.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, look at this guy.
I love the Midwest.
Midwest
Dyersville.
is-
I've been to Field of Dreams, man.
Oh.
I've been to where the plane crashed, where Richie Valens died,
Dude.
and the Big Bopper.
I love that.
Yeah, I can't remember the town name, but anyway.
Good for you. The Midwest is awesome. It's just different.
Yeah.
It's a lot different than California. It's a lot different than here.
I like it, dude. I like some grandmother fucking forcing some cookies in you. Boy.
You're gonna eat and you're gonna like it.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
And the
I would
roads,
love to.
the tar on the roads would get all hot in the summer and it would bubble.
Dude,
I fucking love that. And your bike tire would just get all caked up in it, dude.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I'd love that shit.
What were we talking about?
We're talking about you doing wrestling. So first of
Wrestling,
all,
yeah.
you went to Seth Rollins. You had a school in Davenport.
Thank you. So they put on a show, and I got in the ring right after I got drafted, and I did. I got to pull a Stone Cold Stunner on somebody. That was exhilarating. There were like, I want to say, there's between 40 to 60 people in this little arena. I mean, and it was like literally it was like just, it was a building that didn't have like seating in it. So it was like just an open space, like a rec center. Sorry.
Okay, yeah.
Like a rec center.
Oh, yeah.
And there's literally like 40 people in there maybe. And the pop, everybody standing up and cheering, like that was one of the most exhilarating feelings I've ever had in my life. So like literally from that moment, I was like, I get why people wrestle. It is exhilarating. When you get the crowd to go, oh my gosh. Literally, it's so much fun. And so, yeah, like I can't wait till I have the opportunity to get thrown through a table or throw someone through a table. I can't wait. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, it'd be really, really interesting. Do you think who from the NFL would, if you had to do tag teaming, if you had to have a tag team partner from the NFL, who would you pull in?
Now, like from like an athlete standpoint, like just football player, I'd pick Trent Williams because he's one of the, he's incredible. He's
And
best
bring him
athlete.
up and see if you can get him topless or whatever, just because we want to see who he is.
Look up Trent Williams' back tattoo. His nickname's the Silverback.
Oh, really?
He's literally a gorilla.
Oh, dang.
He's one of the 5 guys on my team that could kill me with a punch.
Wow.
Oh yeah, there it is. I mean, he's like fully tatted now up top.
Oh, that's him. He's big, huh?
Yeah, that's young Trent Williams right there. But he's a stud. But I would pick him. Now, if I was going to pick someone who I think would be a good WWE character, be a really good WWE wrestler, I mean, Travis Kelce, like we'd have a pretty fun, tight end duo right there.
Yeah, the tightest ends, that could be called.
Ends that are tight. I don't know. Tightest
I mean,
ends?
I think you'll get a new type of fan in the arena.
You're not wrong.
I mean, and that's fine.
Was that fan you?
I mean, no, sir.
Oh, okay.
I love women's, but I think that I think you could get a whole new.
My current profession, I play in tights as it is. So
That's a good point, huh?
yeah, I'm used to it. But no, like there are some great characters in the NFL who I think could make easy transitions over. I mean, you saw Gronk did it. Like he was at WrestleMania several years ago.
But did he want it though? Gronk, I feel like he gets put in all like everything. You know, he's selling shave lotion. He's selling damn Parkers or whatever. I saw him on somebody had him in somebody was doing animals, selling puppies or whatever, rescue animals or something. So I think, he's almost does so many things.
He does do a lot.
And it's like, did he want it though? Like I could see you maybe becoming a member in it. Do you feel like you would just do it as a fun thing, or do you feel like it could be something you would actually?
I think I would have really enjoyed doing that.
Right.
Now, like I will say, like after meetings, like I've got an awesome opportunity. WWE is a fantastic company, like how they organize and run their stuff. Like I've been able to go to like 3 WrestleManias.
Oh wow.
And this last one, like the way that it's ran, picked me and my dad and one of my buddies up and my wife. We got to go backstage. I got to hang out with Undertaker, Stone Cold Steve Austin. I got to meet all these like people that I'm huge fans. And then also wrestlers were like when they're behind the scenes, like they're normal. Like I'm an NFL football player and people see me like, oh my gosh, some kids are like, oh my gosh, it's George Kittle. Like that's how I was a kid. Like NFL players are kind of superheroes. That's how kind of I am with wrestlers. I'm like, it's so cool. But as soon as you get them off the stage, they're just normal people like the rest of us. So just have a conversation with them. They're all so cool. Like multiple guys are just hanging out with my dad, talking to him about random stuff. And like being able to have that access is so much fun. And so like, that's part of the other reason that makes me really want to, try it. And I think I would enjoy it. But I was going to say is like their schedule, like they're on the road 320, 40 days.
They don't get enough credit for their schedule.
Oh my gosh. Like if they're doing because you see Monday Night Raw, you see, I think AEW's on Wednesdays, and then you have Friday Night SmackDown, and then you have, if there's a pay-per-view, it's on Saturdays or Sundays. And then you don't even count the ones that aren't on TV. There's like 2 non-televised shows a week.
Yeah, there's like AEW, there's a couple of other ones.
But like no, WWE puts them on. They'll do like, they'll go to like the Dubuque, Iowa, and it won't be on TV, but it'll be in that whatever arena that is.
They're just selling tickets.
And they're just selling tickets and putting on the show, so it's for local shows. And so it's a much smaller production than like the live TV ones. But I've gone to a couple of those, and they're still really fun. But it's just like this, they're in the ring. Like I perform once a week. They're in the ring, and yes, there's a script to it, but like you can't fake falling off, like getting thrown through a table. You can't fake jumping off the top rope to the ground, which is a 10-foot fall.
Yeah, it's like even if you went to Phantom of the Opera, but what if people are beating the fuck out of each other during it?
Yeah, like come on, like it's gonna hurt. Like regardless,
still, like,
you can't fake it. So like that's why I have appreciation for wrestlers because like it is a grind. One of my buddies, like he's been doing it since like he stopped playing football. So like let's just say 6 years. He has driven, like he lives in Davenport, Iowa, and he's driven probably, I mean, he goes to Maryland to wrestle, Florida to wrestle, California to wrestle, Arizona to wrestle, Nashville to he just drives. He doesn't fly.
Well, that's another thing. They make them drive, George. They get to a lot of these guys. They land. They go to Avis. They go to the rental. It is a grind.
It is on you.
Yes.
It's on you to show up and be available to wrestle. Like then you have the superstars in WWE, like they fly and they do stuff, but like a lot of people literally just drive. Match to match, week to week, year to year.
And not even nuts. The superstars. Like I'm friends with The Miz, who's a wrestler,
Love
right?
The Miz.
Yeah, The Miz is great, man. Great energy. You guys a little bit remind me of each other a little bit, actually.
I think that's a compliment.
Yeah, it is a compliment.
I like The Miz. He's great. He's good people. I love how big of a football fan he is. I do appreciate
he
that.
is. He's a good dude. But he would talk about how like you had to like pay he's like, you get there, there's fans that are excited about the airport, but then you have to go get your rental car. You have to fucking get in. You have to drive 2.5 hours. Then you have to go run through the script in the ring. It's like, I'm like, damn, it's a lot. It's a lot.
And then you have to perform.
Yeah.
Think about
and you have to put oil on your body.
Yo,
first.
dude,
That's
you'd have to wet your hair back and like so it doesn't get all on your face and then some of those guys are out there performing. Like, not every match is like super long, but like there are guys that go out there and do like the 25-minute matches. Like, that's a lot of cardio.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that's like 2 orange. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like being an Orange Theory, but people are beating the fuck out of each other in it
with chairs.
Crazy.
Dude, it's nuts. Just like the time the time and then like the physicalness and like they don't get time to rehab and like do all that stuff. They don't have access to all that stuff. Like I have a facility I get to go to every day.
Yeah.
They're at the hotel pool. Like they're at the hotel hot tub. Hopefully it has a bathtub so I can take a hot bath tonight to warm up my legs.
Yeah, it's crazy. You probably go to like the ice machine and you open it up and half of the Hardy Boys are there or whatever. You're like, damn, this is crazy. But I think it's a really, really tough gig. I just think there's a lot of things that are a little bit behind the scenes of a lot of performances that you just see the show.
Yeah.
And you don't see like a lot of the other stuff that has to go on.
No, dude, I always enjoy whenever I'm backstage and you can like catch someone like a tag team with the other tag team fake going through the match. It's so cool to see that stuff. It's really interesting because I'm like, wow, like there's a lot of intricacies to this and like there's always a build up to the match and then like you just for them to know it and because it's not memorized. But like they're out there trusting each other that the guy's going to do what they expect him to do.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And if you have to memorize something and you're dumb, it's fucking hard.
Oh my gosh. It has to be so difficult.
Oh, dude, I wouldn't say I'm like kind of, but I've definitely been dumb and had to memorize shit and not done it.
It's
couldn't.
There are some things that are just hard and it is what it is. And
dude, remember studying in high school when you close the book, you're like, I have no idea. I'd study for 90 minutes and have no idea.
Oh my gosh, dude. That was, like, I'm like, okay, there's 2 hours. Okay. And now I got to go do the whole thing again because I forgot what I just read. Sick. Yeah. Awesome. Oh my God. I had to highlight everything and then I'd have to go back and then read the highlights. And then sometimes I'd be like, why did I highlight the whole page?
Yeah.
I might as well not have a fucking highlighter. I should just read the whole thing again. Oh my God. That was the worst. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, dude. You're the only one refilling your highlighter.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
damn.
I'd be sitting there and like, the only thing that wouldn't be highlighted is like like I skipped that word. And I was like, well, the other things are pretty important. So I guess I don't need a highlighter. I'll just read the whole thing again.
You'd even highlight the picture. You would like draw like a highlighter around the picture.
Just,
like,
this and this. Oh, flip it. Oh, that page too. Okay. Oh my goodness. That would be a lot. Hey, could I snag a water by chance?
Yeah, for sure.
Please. And thank you.
We got another. You have to pee or anything?
Thank you for asking. It's very kind of you.
Oh,
Thank you so
it
much.
creeps me out being around somebody that has a full bladder and they're just to be talking to someone and they're knowing that they're full of pee at the same time. Something about that creeps me out.
Dude, I am mildly like, what's it called? What's like if you don't like tight spaces? Claustrophobic?
Claustrophobic.
Yeah. So like airplane bathrooms, I don't do well in those.
It is weird in there.
Dude, it's super tight. So like I go 5-hour flights without going to the bathroom.
Wow.
Constantly.
But you could probably hold a lot more urine than a regular person.
Sure. But like, I mean, like there are guys that go 2 to 3 times on a flight and like I'm still hydrated. It's not like I'm not drinking water. Like I go through like 2 of those big Essentia bottles, stuff like that. And it's just like, nah, I'm just uncomfortable. I'll hold it. I'm good.
Wow, just ride the bag, huh?
Just ride it. And like there are times like, and like in the last like 2 years, like we've like kind of I think changed the plane that we were on. So there's a bigger bathroom. So I feel less bad about it. But like it's still like it's not my favorite thing to do. It's weird. I don't like small close spaces. Like I don't think you could pay me an amount of money to get on a submarine.
Oh yeah?
Can you imagine going down like 1,000 feet underwater and if anything happens, you just implode and you die?
Well, first of all, it seems so dumb.
Dude, why would you do it? Why would you go down there?
Like, what were they doing down there, dude?
Like 50 years ago too, like, right? Like
Yeah,
40
bro.
years ago, like, what are we doing? Like, and like, who built it was like, this is going to work. How many people got into a submarine and went down 500 feet, like in the prototypes and it just imploded on them? Like, that wasn't the right model. We're going to fix a couple things. Like, who's the test dummy for that?
Also, you put like 7 guys in a fucking tank, right? And if they pop up in another country, they're gonna get fucked. There's 7 of them.
Yeah, what's going on, dude?
Oh,
That like,
and
yeah.
then lying to your wife the whole time. That's got to be the hardest part of it.
Where were you?
Yeah,
I don't know. Underwater?
yeah. Let's just say I'm underwater,
Yeah,
man.
I'm hanging with the boys. I don't know what you want from
Hanging
me.
with the boys,
Yeah.
dude.
But yeah, no, like, so yeah, like I'm mildly claustrophobic and it's just like,
But what about that helmet though?
No, it's where my body, like I've been in a lot of MRI machines, like just in football, like that's just my job. Like I get banged up. There's certain things you got to look at. I had, at the combine before my rookie year, I had to get like 6 MRIs in one night. It wasn't really fun, but one of them was I had to do both my shoulders because both my labrums, I tore them in high school. I never had surgery on them. And so like, I've never really had shoulder problems. I can't throw a football very well. But like the NFL teams wanted to see MRIs of them. They wanted to get their own pictures. And so they put me in a smaller MRI machine and I had to sit like this. Ooh. And it was an hour and 45-minute MRI because they did both shoulders at once. And that was a very difficult time for me. Like I sleep in MRIs too. For some reason, the noise like knocks me out. But I woke up with about 45 minutes left. And I like, have you ever been in an MRI?
Oh yeah.
Yes, but like, you can squeeze the panic button basically. It took me a lot to not squeeze that button. Like that was one of the most claustrophobic I've ever been. It was awful. I was in a full sweat. There wasn't a fan, so it was hot, full sweat. I was like, oh my, getting out of that was one of the best moments of my life.
God, dude. Like an escape room kind of.
Dude, it was just
the
like
worst one, and it's like $10,000.
Like, okay, here's one. Would you rather drown or get buried alive?
Hold on, let me think about it for a second. All right, let me think about the second one. What was the second one?
Buried alive or drown?
Yeah, let me think about buried alive.
Like you're in a wood box, 10 feet underground.
Oh, bro. Put me a little closer.
No, 12 feet.
Oh, come on, dude.
You ever see Kill Bill when she breaks out and climbs out of the hole?
I don't know if I have or not.
I don't know which one that is, but there's a scene where she's literally in there and she's like punches the box, breaks through, and she climbs out of a grave.
The more feet you give me, the scarier it is for some reason. Like,
but like you're not getting out of the box. There's nothing you can do. You're not getting out.
But at least just put me at 2 feet so I feel like I can.
You're not getting out.
Oh, you're sick.
You're not getting out, dude. So these are conversations I have with my friends.
So buried alive, right?
Yeah.
So alive, you're going to be in there.
You're in a coffin, basically.
Right, but you're going to be able to, first of all, you'll be able to convince yourself, okay, I'm like doing like a cleanse or whatever. I'm dieting.
No, like a guy literally just looks at you and goes, you're going to go in this box. I'm going to put you in the ground.
Okay.
And you're not getting out. And that's it. And there's no chance you're getting out. What would you rather do?
Oh,
Put me in the water, man.
you think?
Well, you just go to sleep. You just pass out.
No, you don't pass out, dude. You ever been?
No,
yeah.
but like think about it, you and like that's what isn't that like the Navy SEALs training? They drown you and then they resuscitate you.
I think that's like the mob or something.
No, that's a real thing, dude. Look,
Really?
yeah, that's a real training thing.
Do that. Look it up. Navy SEALs drowning one another.
That's a thing, dude. I swear to God.
Really? Now probably. I mean, who knows what the fuck they're doing now?
So like you have to be prepared for anything, and then you have to save your teammate's life, shit like that. And so, but sorry, about
Okay,
I
I
would
see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. And so like I would rather, I think, just go underwater and pass out from not being able to breathe because it's loss of oxygen.
But that's
But
not.
then you could be alive and you could be in that box for 24 hours.
20. What are you?
No, like days. Think about it. You could be in there for days.
You'd be in that box for days, dude. You're not going to be in the. Yeah.
Wouldn't you? Oh, doesn't that sound terrible?
I don't know how little is the box?
Like you have like 2 inches on each side.
Oh God, I thought you meant like one of those Aaron Rodgers drug boxes that he was in.
Yeah. What do you think he did in there?
Oh, I'm sure. Well, I don't know if he did like ayahuasca. I know he was like.
Wouldn't that be aggressive to do like a hard psychedelic in that area, like being in that dark hole?
Well, I think it was. I think it was like a nice enough. I think the room was like about this. It was probably about 300 square feet. So I think it was.
Like no, like I don't know, man.
In the dark, though.
That's not for me. Like that, I don't understand it. Like I appreciate him for like good for you for wanting to try that. I don't know if I will ever do that, but
it's okay. It was something.
Yeah,
I think it was about like a sight deprivation or like just like what would happen if you're not without the stimulus,
Yeah, for sure. And like there's no phone, there's no communication with anybody else. Like you're literally alone with your thoughts. Nice. You're alone with your thoughts, which is
see what your thoughts.
Yeah, it's just like cool for him. Like I don't know how old Aaron is, but he's been in the league for a long time. He's gonna be in the Hall of Fame, right? So it's just like he has a Super Bowl. He has I think he has multiple MVPs. Like he's a Hall of Famer. So like, do you want to continue to play football? He doesn't like. I mean,
doesn't have to.
Doesn't have to if he doesn't want to. So it's like, do I still want to do this? Like, do I still love the game that that I grew up playing? And so, and I don't know if that's what his reasoning was, but like, I think that's what it would be. And so like, if that's what you want to do to get along with your thoughts, I get that. I'm not ready for that. Like, I don't need that in my life right now, but hey, maybe when I'm 35, like maybe maybe that's something you want to do. So like, I'm not going to judge him for it. It's wild. And now I know about it. And I'm like, well, I have that in my back pocket if I ever just want to disappear for 4 days.
And it's brave of him kind of in a way to do it because a lot of guys are afraid to, I think, I know he's friends with Aubrey Marcus and Aubrey's big into like psychedelic medicines and like just like templates of therapy and stuff like that, right? Huge into it. Like
just different types of therapy.
Oh, even all types of stuff like muscle, like even like being under the influence of certain things and then like doing certain things to your muscles to release like memories, like, ooh. And this is like all,
that's cool.
I'm paraphrasing, but Aubrey's like,
that's cool.
Deep into that world, right?
I get that.
And I think a lot of guys would be, especially at Aaron's level of popularity.
He's famous.
Right. Would be not embarrassed, but would probably feel uncomfortable talking about that kind of stuff.
Especially he brought it up and he talked about it like on the Pat McAfee show too. The boys love them. But like they just to bring that up and like, and it's Aaron Rodgers, like everything that he says to the media, like everybody,
they're gonna do. That's all they got.
Everybody,
do, yeah.
It's a clip. Like if he says anything out of line or kind of controversial, like that's a headline on hundreds of newspapers or like online newspapers. So it's just like for him to go out and say that, and like that was the only thing anyone talked about for the next 3 days.
Oh yeah, it
was crazy. All over social media, like the meme pages, everyone making fun of him for it. But like for him to go out there and talk about it, like I didn't even know that was a thing, and that's cool. Like. Again, not for me right now, but
in the future, who knows?
Who knows? Like I might want to do that someday.
Yeah. Yeah, they have all types of things like that. Like there's like a camp you can go to where no one talks for like a week. And then I think you can do like
But you still interact with people.
Yeah, you still interact. Then I think you do 2 weeks. So it's like charades, I guess, the whole time. You know?
Whoa. So like if you know sign language, is that cheating?
Ooh, I don't know. But you'd have to bring someone that also knows it. Otherwise, you're sitting there going, otherwise, people just think you're into some fucking, you're like just like in a bunch of gangs.
Oh. Just throwing stuff. That's funny, dude.
But
that's cool. You want to go to one?
Oh, dude, I would go. I bet it would be something really cool to do, probably with a friend or your wife or something like.
That'd be interesting.
Just be interesting. Like, hey, let's just go have this weird experience. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have to be around each other, but we can't talk for a whole week.
It's gonna be really weird.
Yeah, it'd be really, really weird. You know,
I don't know. I don't know if my wife would like that too much. But I think like I would bring like one of my buddies on that. Like just. I think I would try to make him talk and try to make him laugh.
Oh, yeah.
That would be you.
Yeah, but you can't be that weirdo who's fucking tickling some dude in the distance all the time.
I mean, you can if you want, man. That's your call, dog. It's on you, man.
People are just staying away from you the whole time. You're just the guy kind of trying to get people to squeal. Fucking weird.
God.
Like, who's this fucking silence fucking anarchist over here? But Aaron Rodgers is also interesting. He's not married.
No.
So it's kind of, how old is Aaron Rodgers?
I'm going to guess 36.
Okay. So he's getting to be at a point in his life. It kind of seemed like he's just, he seemed like he's definitely kind of a searcher kind of dude, you know?
Yeah, I think, look, like 39. Yeah, he's 39 years old. Well, like, I think at his point, I mean, again, like, I have no idea, but like, at some point, football is not the only thing in my life, right? Like, I'm not just a football player. Like, there's more sides of me than that. And I think he's been playing football since he was probably 5-7 years old for the last 30 years. I bet he wants to find out, like, who else, like, what other parts of me, like, what else do I love as much as football?
It's a good point, man. I think that probably happens for a lot of guys who get stuck into one or who start so young in something.
Yeah.
Because then you're like, at some point, you're like, did I get put into this? Did I really? Obviously, I've loved this at certain points, and it's been a great big part of my life. But are there other things, that I want to do that I don't even? I'm been so stuck in this vein that I don't even know what they are.
Yeah, like you missed that window. And like, granted, like I don't know if he would, like I wouldn't trade my opportunity. Like I love playing football, but like who knows? Like there could be something else that like I might have loved to do it if I just would have given it a shot. Like maybe I loved lacrosse. Maybe if I like. I mean, like, what if I did that? Or like, what if I wanted to?
You'd be the Brittany Griner of fucking lacrosse, I think, dude. You'd have been a fucking gangster.
That's a fucking compliment. I appreciate that.
Oh, dude, you would have been insane in lacrosse, dude.
Yeah, but it wasn't offered where I lived, and so like, who knows? Like, I could have enjoyed that. Like, I don't know. So like, maybe he's like. At some point, you want to figure out what else you love. You
know, I think that a lot about like even some of my friends that are athletes that are black guys. Actually, sometimes I think because a lot of young black men, they didn't have any other opportunities except for athletics.
That was it.
So I start to wonder sometimes, like if that's even a bigger thing in their sometimes community, or that you'll start to see like because they didn't have any other choice.
No,
there weren't as many options to get.
Not as many outlets.
Right, not as many outlets. Like I mean,
and less opportunities too.
Yeah.
For sure.
So it's like, damn, I wonder how many of those guys start to feel like, man, is this something that I even not wanted to do?
Was it more like, do I love the game, or is it like more
this of the only choice I had?
That was that's what I had to do.
It's kind of interesting.
It is interesting. I think, well, one, like football is really hard if you don't love it. Like it's really, because like what you put your body through, what you put like the stress levels through, like we put our, like, I know our professions, like when you're out there, you know, for like to perform, and like that's how like people watch you and stuff like that. It's like there's a stress that comes out because you could make one bad play, and like that's the only thing everybody on Twitter is yelling at you for and telling you that you're a piece of shit. And so like there's a mental stress to it, there's a physical stress to it, time away from your family. Like I just said, like I my Nashville's my home. This is my second day back since July 24th.
That's so wow.
Yeah, so it's crazy, and I love it here. Like I love Nashville. I love being a part of this city. And I live in San Jose, California for 7 months out of the year. So it's wild because it blows me away.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I can relate to a lot of that. I love being here, and I feel like I kind of get to know it in increments because I'm always going to be gone. It's very hard for me to start a relationship with someone that I know I'm going to be able to upkeep. Yeah. You know, it's like I've already kind of written off that I might even be able to, you know, I would like to have a spouse, you know. And so it's like, I think maybe there's a possibility in the next year and a half I'll meet somebody, but I know for the next year and a half I'm probably going to be touring a lot, and so it's like I haven't written it off, but it's like I know it's going to limit my chances
For sure.
if I'm in the same place, being able to like have a commitment that I'm there with all the time, you know?
Yeah, no, I do get that. And it's also, but like you have to be kind of selfish because this is your window of opportunity, right?
Right.
Like if it's out there for you and like you could say no, but like, will that opportunity ever come again?
Yeah.
Right. So like might as well take advantage of it. And like, you know, it's that you don't like, not everybody has to do that. And like, it's a life choice if you want to do that and you're making
Right.
sacrifices, but it's like, I mean, dude, like if you enjoy doing it, go do it. And like, you can pause for a year and a half. Like you're still going to be here.
It's scary though to do it.
It's weird.
So if I said, George Kittle, won't you take a year and a half off, right?
Of football or off of like
football.
dating? Oh no, that's what I was talking about, dating, taking a year and a half off of dating. Like,
Oh, right. I see what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, no.
I thought you meant take a year and a half off of doing
no,
comedy
don't
and
do
stuff.
that. Don't do that. Like I'm saying,
Right. See, that's the
take advantage of your opportunity, dog. It's right there. Go do it. You're doing a great job. So just keep doing it.
Well, thanks, man. Yeah. Yeah. But it's interesting. It's like, yeah, you have to look at that and kind of figure that out. I have to pee real fast.
Go for it, dude.
All right. I'll be right back. What, do you, Celsius, I'm going to drink it.
What is it?
It's just, it's like has a little bit of caffeine in it. So it's just called Celsius. I like it. My friend Dustin Poirier drinks it.
Oh, really?
That's how I learned about it. Do you watch any UFC?
A little bit. I'm involved with PFL, the Professional Fighters League.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Got into that a little bit.
And they do what? Fighting? It's the same
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's like kind of a tournament style though. So like it's like they have. So if you win the first round, you just move on to the second round. That's how they decide who wins the belt.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of cool. It's on ESPN Plus, I think. Yeah, ESPN Plus.
That seems a lot more almost realistic in what the value of the belt is.
Yeah, that's what it's cool. Like, and I'm not huge in the UFC stuff. Like, I'll watch like the big fights. Like, I enjoy watching that. I don't follow it religiously like a lot of people do, but I mean, I have the utmost respect for those people because it's insane what they.
Oh, it's crazy.
Like they when they go into the ring, like when they flip the switch, there's no buffer. It's like I'm trying to kill this person. Like in football, like it's a little bit like you have that mindset to an extent, but like they're actually in there until someone pulls them off of them. It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's a different level of violence that you're willing to do. We have a friend Drake. You know Drake?
Kulick?
Yeah.
I just did his podcast.
You did?
Yeah, Washed Up Walk-Ons.
Oh, it's so cool.
400th episode, man. I was pretty
Oh,
impressed.
congratulations, dude. I love Drake.
He's such great energy, dude.
Dude, he is, bro. There's something he reminds me of Mankind a little bit.
For sure, dude.
Yeah.
He's a psycho.
Yeah.
Well, so here's a fun Drake story. My senior day in college, he played fullback with me at Iowa. That's how I know him.
Oh, that's how you guys know each
Yeah,
other.
and so also then like I was number 46, he was number 45, and so our lockers were next to each other for like 3 or 4 years.
That's how they do it by numbers?
And we got a new locker room. Our old locker room, it was like you would go, it was like 1 through 50, and then like every other number was 51 through 99.
Okay.
And so like it'd be 1, and then it'd be 51. 252.
Oh,
so like
probably some people would quit because of that. It's confusing.
it was weird. Your lockers, but like then the new one, it was literally like 1 started here and it just kind of went around. And so so 45, 46 we were next to each other. So we became friends. And then my senior day, so my 5th year senior, we're playing Nebraska, and we beat the shit out of them because
because of Will Compton.
Oh no! So he beat Iowa once. He always talks about that or something like that. I don't know.
He's always talking about something, dude.
He always talks about something. It is what it is. It's
But he
comp.
looks like a premature baby on fucking pre-workout.
Oh, Will.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, that's funny.
Well, he always looks a little premature. Like his eyes don't open all the way or something. You know what I'm saying, dude?
That's really funny, dude. Wow, Will, that's tough for you, dog. You went to Nebraska and you look like that. That's super tough.
Well,
sorry, but Drake.
I wouldn't say look. I mean, I didn't say any of that.
No, you didn't say. No, what are you talking
I
about?
have no idea.
Who said that?
Yeah,
But sorry, but
Drake, yeah.
My very first play, we're running an inside zone. He's at fullback, and I'm blocking somebody, and I just hear a snap, and I turn around, and Drake's leg is twisted.
He broke it himself?
No, he hit somebody, and then someone landed on it and just snapped in half. First play.
He's nuts.
Oh, he's a psycho, and it's awesome. But we have a cool photo where it's like he's getting carted off, and he's basically like telling us all to beat the shit out of him. It was pretty awesome.
Pull it up. See if you can just pull up Drake
Yeah.
Kulick.
Yeah, I know Drake Kulick, or yeah, we're in it together. It's a fun photo. But I was saying, like, he spent this entire last offseason. He moved to Nashville to train with me. So every day.
Is that what he was doing? Yeah, because he invited me out a couple times to your barn out there.
Oh yeah, so he came out. Yeah, that's when he broke his leg.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's super aggressive.
I've never seen him without hair.
There's us three right down there in the middle.
Oh, yeah? Left,
down. Yeah, it's me, 46.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
You
There's
look
one
older there somehow.
Yeah, well, I don't.
And 52, dude. I could have been 52. I'm just saying I'm just saying.
Thick boy out of Iowa. That's off the line right there. Boom.
Oh yeah, that's all fucking.
Yeah, but that was us hanging out.
Stofers.
Yeah, look at that boy. But so he came down. He trained with me. We did 4 days a week. He was fantastic, and it was always too like he's a great dude to have around too because he's very aware of his surroundings and also being around someone that knows like jujitsu and how to fight. It's really I enjoy that having someone that he could just flip a switch at any moment. Like if someone tried to fuck with me, he would 100% have my back at any moment. I appreciate people like that.
And it could be a big dude too. Like that value of knowing that skill.
And you're friends with you?
But also it changes the game of like if it's a big dude versus a little dude.
Sure.
That game's changed.
Dude, yeah, you're not wrong. I will say like it was fun. We went to in Scottsdale for the Super Bowl because that's where he lives now. I had tickets to the Drake concert up there. And so we go to it and on our way out, because it's crazy. Those concerts, they pack like 20,000 people into a place that fits 5,000.
Oh yeah.
And like it's crazy. But like there's like TMZ and all this paparazzi outside waiting for people. And like two guys kind of put a camera in my face and he just kind of goes up and throws an elbow into a rib cage and the dude just kind of drops, clears a path for me. I get into a car and he stopped right behind me. I was like, you good? He was like, what are you talking about? Not to throw you under the bus, Drake, but that was awesome. It was so sick. So don't get sued, please.
No, he would help me when I would go to the Nashville MMA. He would help me all the time and just like always like just a good teacher. But yeah, he has a great energy, man. And he's still fighting. He's training like full time now.
Yeah, he sends me clips all the time. I love it. And no, like what's awesome, like I keep talking about like the switch that you have to flip. His switch, like his football switch, is still flipped on, and it's just kind of always. So he just kind of has this like this anger and like this violence of energy, and I really because there's not a lot of people like that, and so being around someone that has that kind of that energy to them, that's just violence, I really appreciate that. And he's a great dude. He's super kind and he's wonderful, but like there's not a lot of people that are triggered like that or like wired like that, and I like those people.
Yeah, do you?
I do.
You like the violence?
I like people that are wired differently.
Just high energy?
Not even high energy, but he's just like controlled anger. And he's just kind of like ready to go at any moment. And I appreciate people like that because it's hard to be like that all the time. It wears on you.
Oh, I could imagine it's hard to just fucking have all the fire inside of you, but.
And it's just like burning it all the time.
Right, but people don't want any fire outside. So you got to fucking just walk around like a furnace, dude.
I know. So like you either have to put it out or keep it super low, but like his is like at a medium anger all the time. And I like that.
That's interesting. That's a great way to describe him. He's a special dude, man. What else was I going to ask you about? Oh, what was it like when you were a kid? Did you have like crazy Halloween costumes and stuff? Like, did you dress up like a fucking, what'd you do?
So it's fun fact. I said my mom had 9 sisters. She's one of 10 girls. Her dad Halloween was his birthday. And so, and was like
the dad that had 9 kids,
10 daughters,
10 daughters. So basically, So
his birthday was Halloween.
Nuts were haunted.
Oh, dude,
I'm guessing, dude.
That's really funny.
That's
really funny.
Daughters,
wow, that's a good one. I'm gonna tell my mom that one.
I don't know if that's a good one, and I don't know if you say anything to your mom.
No, that's really funny. That's awesome.
But that's crazy.
But so, and we had like, I would say like, let's just say like 6 of the daughters all lived like within an hour or so. So, and they all had kids. And so like we'd have Halloween parties and like we'd have like 30 to 40 people show up for Halloween and like 25 of us are kids. And so we would just basically go through these small Iowa towns with like all these like just 25 deep. And it was really fun. But Batman was that was one of my top characters to be. I really liked the Grim Reaper. Like I had the nylon mask you'd pull on your face and I just walk around with a scythe, wouldn't say anything. Yeah. I was kind of creepy. I really enjoyed that one.
The Grim Reaper. Yeah, people don't dress up like the Grim Reaper very often.
No, not anymore. No.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody be the Grim Reaper.
That was like my number one costume from like 5 to 9 probably.
Wow.
Love the Grim Reaper.
Really?
Until I grew out of it. Maybe like 4 to 7, but like.
But that's just interesting. I don't know I've never heard anybody say they were the Grim Reaper.
Oh, dude, you had like a skull for a face. You wore a cool robe, and you just got to carry a big scythe.
Yeah.
And I would hit my cousins with it all the time.
Oh yeah, fuck.
Why would you not?
When you have that many fucking cousins, dude, you can. If you lose a few, you lose a few. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if someone falls behind, they fall behind. The pack's still deep, man.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
It's a wolf pack, man. You got to survive.
That's wild, bro.
That's awesome, dude. What was your costume?
My costume, let me think. Oh, we got my dad was like a senior citizen, so he would always pick us up shit at the last minute. So me and my brother were both Raggedy Ann one year.
That's awesome.
Oh, it was horrible, dude. And we're so pissed. We're in the fucking yard, just two Raggedy Anns beating the shit out of each other. Just two, you know what I'm saying?
That's
Two
awesome.
young male children dressed in fucking dressed in Halloween drag, beating the shit out of each other.
Just fighting.
It was always a nightmare, dude. Yeah,
That's awesome. Yeah,
because
happy
my mom,
Halloween.
oh, my mom would have to work, so he was in charge of getting us ready for Halloweens and stuff like that, and it was just fucking horrible. One time we wanted face paint, we wanted like white face paint, and to do like skeletons or whatever,
Yeah, for sure.
be skeletons. And my dad forgot it or whatever, and so I remember he poured us like a little bowl of like.
Flour?
I want to say no. It was like he poured us like a little bowl of like half and half creamer or whatever. So I remember me and my brother like trying to get this shit, and he's like, "No, you're not using enough." And I remember fucking just like. Then I remember we go outside and like all the neighborhood cats are fucking coming over. Like just everything was just so retarded. It was just so ridiculous.
Oh, dude.
So it was like it was always like this weird Halloween. And then
Halloween's a crazy concept anyways.
it is kind of crazy. It's good though.
I love it.
Yeah.
Be weird.
Oh, Halloween was Halloween was good. What else? Oh, what about like, so with that big of a family, did you guys do like big family events and stuff? Did it get pretty crazy?
Every year, it was literally up until what was that? Summer 2019, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
We had the Krager family reunion. My mom's maiden name is Krager, Krieger. And so we'd have a family reunion, and we used to have it like in Iowa at like this kind of but it was like, I can't remember what it was called, but it was like this small town, and it's like out in the woods was like this just like big building that it was like a little hotel, I guess, but they had like 80 rooms. And so like each family would get a room, and we'd like, I think we had almost the entire family there. Like we had like 112 people there one time, and like we do wiffle ball tournaments, and then like and I usually did it when I was a kid, like, but you'd have, I mean, I'd say like 80 out of the 120, 80 out of the 110 would play, and you'd have these huge wiffle ball tournaments. We do kickball, a lot of card games, but like that was the most fun because I went to those when I was like between the ages of like 7 and 14.
Oh yeah.
Oh dude, so I was just out there having the time of my life, playing in the woods, getting food, and then you just get to hang out with all your best friends all the time. And like I was close to my cousins too, because like I said, we all lived in Iowa, so we were all like, I've lived with some of my cousins before, like throughout my life, so it's like we were all really good friends. And so like those family reunions were really fun.
Dude, that's that's so amazing. Who gets to have an experience like that?
Not very many people.
That is
and like
that many family members?
that close too. And like people would like, we had family that lived in Indiana, family that lived in Colorado, and everybody would always come back from it. But like literally, yeah, I'd say like from age like 9 to probably 16, like we had like a 7-year window there where like over 100 people would show up every time. Wow. It was pretty cool.
Dude, that's awesome, man.
It was really fun.
Yeah, that's just so cool. That's one thing that's neat, I think, about a lot of the Midwest. There were some big families, you know, especially like a lot of church families. You'd see a lot of church families, and they'd roll up. They'd always have that church van, you know, and they got down.
One of my cousins has one of those because he is like, I think they have, what do they have? I want to say like 12, 13 kids now.
Yeah.
You roll up with the white van. It has windows. So thank goodness.
Oh, yeah, thank God, dude. Bro, if your family rolls up
and no windows, door opens, 20 kids get out.
Dude, yeah, bro, that's a kidnapper. That's not.
So thankfully they got windows on their car.
Yeah,
That's
no
creepy.
women get out, bro. That is definitely.
Was just like, oh my gosh, they have so many kids, and it's and like, hey, I love that, and like they're a fantastic
it's
family.
fun.
It's fun, but it's just like that's a lot of people.
That's a lot. Do you guys? Will you think you guys have a big family? Do you have thoughts about that or no?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say like My wife has one brother, I have one sister, but like we both want to have. I would like 3 to 4 kids.
That's good.
Yeah, that's why. That'd be a dream.
Yeah.
Be really fun.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice, especially if you can. I think these days, especially too, if you can afford to have them, that's
For
probably
sure.
a big part of it. And then you're
like my wife, she's 6 foot tall, and
I've seen her.
She played basketball at Iowa, so she's an athlete. So like, I think my kids will be good for college. Actually, I know they will be. They're going to be ballers.
Dude, your
'cause she's
kid
a
could
stud.
go to yeah. I
So
think
like
year
but
2,
but for sure, like
NIL deal year 2.
Yeah.
I mean 2 years old.
2 years old. They got a Charmin deal, age 2. That'd be awesome. Yeah, but yeah, no, I would prefer a bigger family because this is what I was thinking about this too. Because like I said, so she's in a family of 4, I'm in a family of 4. If me and her have 4 kids and we're a family of 6, neither one of us has ever like we've had friends that have families like that, but like I've never been responsible in a family of 4 kids, and so like that'll be a whole new interaction for me. Like I never had a brother, so like I know like I had cousins that are brothers, I have friends that are like brothers to me, but like I never had an actual brother. So like if I have 2 sons or can you imagine 3 sons, like what those interactions would be like? I've never experienced that before. So like it'll be a completely new experience for me too, which is, I think that's really cool.
Yeah, dude, that'd be. Oh, I think it'd
Just
be cool.
the family dynamic's totally different than what I was used to.
Oh yeah, to see what that's like.
Yeah, like I think that's just gonna be really interesting.
Yeah, yeah. Having a brother is pretty cool, man.
I know, right? Like, and
Yeah.
I'm so thankful I had a sister. Like she taught me a bunch. I definitely like, I didn't fight my sister. She beat the shit out of me sometimes. That was about it. But like, I didn't really have an opportunity to fight her because she was like 5'10" at the age of 10, just whooped up on me.
Wow, was she?
Dude, she was a stallion back in the day. Like,
She's
like when she played high school basketball, like she could fight me and beat me up pretty easily.
damn.
So like, I was like, yeah, what do you
Pay
need,
to
Emma?
see some of that footage. I think if she did an OnlyFans of just that,
You want to see my 17-year-old sister's highlights?
I'd watch a 17-year-old girl beat up George Kittle. Yeah, for
Young-
$9 a month. Yeah, sure.
Young George Kittle? Yeah, sure. You know what? Honestly, it's not that weird when you say it like that.
Yeah, young George Kittle. I'm not saying like I don't need
You wanna relive it?
reenactments or any lingerie.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
I'll send you a video of my sister's beating the shit out of me in a couple weeks.
there we
Next
go.
time I see her.
When you look at how long does it take you to forget about the season and start to think about the next one? How long does that kind of pain take? I can only imagine, especially if you're a very competitive person.
Yeah.
And you have such a great team. What is the how long does that take?
Honestly, it's like kind of like waves, dude, in the ocean. Like when right afterwards, like it hits you a lot. And then like the farther away you get from it, the waves don't hit as often. And so you just kind of like, it kind of goes away. But like, it's still like, I lost the Super Bowl. It still sucks. Like, I don't like, it sucks. Like, I wish I would have won it. It would have been really fun. Like, that's a dream, like I said. And when you get close, like we've lost 2 NFC championships games back to back. Like, it sucks. But like, the great thing is I made it out. Like, I just try to take it as positive as I can. I made it out healthy. I can train right away again. We still have a very talented team. And so like, yes, it sucked, but hey, I'm still very confident that we have an opportunity to win a Super Bowl. So yeah, it really sucks, but like you get on with it. And like there are other parts of your life that, you know, like kind of pick you up.
Right.
And like I have a great support system, whether it's my family or my wife. Like I have a great support system. I have great friends. I have a lot of friends who like deal with the same stuff. And so it's just like I have a lot of football friends who like, so like it's not a support group, but it's just like you have people that go through similar stuff. So like you're not alone in it. That's the one benefit of football. Like at the end of the year, there's only one team that wins. So 31 other teams are all dealing with some of the same shit.
Yes, you can call almost anybody.
Literally, like it's really hard to win a Super Bowl. So like, yeah, if you want to talk about it or stuff like that, now I don't think you really need to talk about it. It's just kind of like you just got to get. It just takes a couple weeks, really. Like the first 2 to 3 weeks afterwards really suck. But like now that I'm back in Nashville and like I said, I'm healthy and I can train. It goes away pretty quick after that. But
yeah,
like
the perspective probably starts to switch to the future a little bit.
And also, but like, so my first 2 years, our team wasn't very good. And so like I didn't go to the playoffs. So like when your season ends in like December, you're kind of like, all right, well, yeah, it kind of, we sucked this whole year. But like, you're also like, when you know you're not in the playoffs, it's, you're like, you're playing for yourself and you've got to put yourself out there and like, you want to like, you got to put good stuff on tape. Like you can't just give up. But like
the energy changes.
The energy changes, and it's harder to
But
get.
you're not like eating during the middle of the game and shit.
No,
huh?
not like that. But no, I'm saying like just week to week.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
even
I
like
can
so
imagine.
like if you're like an 0-9 team, like my rookie year we started 0-9.
Oh yeah.
Not very fun. But like, and I was learning, right?
Are
And
you
I,
even a team? What are you even doing?
oh, dude, it was brutal, man. It was really fun though, but it was brutal. We had like 25 rookies on the active roster. It was it was wild, but it was really fun. But like once the season ends, because like you kind of like, all right, we're not going to make the playoffs. So like 3 weeks before, like your wife or like you're planning a vacation, so like then you have something else to look forward to. It's different than than going in the playoffs and like hey, we have like hey, I have an opportunity. Like we went the whole season. We're one of the 7 teams that make the playoffs on my side of the conference. Like we have a shot to win, and then it gets taken out from me. And then you're like, damn. But like if you know you're not gonna like it's 2 different things, and I've experienced both. And I think like I'd rather win a bunch of games and then lose a heartbreaker. Honestly, like winning 12 to 13 games is a lot more fun than losing 10 straight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like I'd rather do that. Like, and yes, but does it suck to lose at the end? For sure. It sucks a lot, but hey, it's life. It is what it is. I'm just going to continue to grind and continue to be a good football player.
Did you think when Brock Purdy came in, what it would be like? And there's a bee in here or something, not bee. It's just a safe animal. But do you
That
think?
boy is just swirling.
Oh yeah, it's probably.
If I hit it, will PETA get mad at me?
Huh? I don't think so. I don't even know who that is.
You know what? That honestly doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
It just, I'm so distracted by this.
Oh, you got it, huh?
I'm going to put that outside.
Okay.
I was lefty too, man.
Yeah, it's not bad. Somebody said Travis Kelce can do that with a Falcon.
That'd be sick.
Just saying, that's just what I've heard.
He can host Saturday Night Live. I'd watch that. Can you imagine somebody just catching falcons? Did you see the clip on Instagram of the dude that hunts with a falcon?
Bro, I've been falcon hunting before.
Like you see something, you just go, wow. And it's like a superpower, dude. And
Oh, I haven't seen, I don't know if I've seen that.
that dude, these guys are driving with like a hawk or a falcon, and they're in a car. They stop it, or like I think it might have been an ATV, and like they get off and they see something. The guy like starts running through the snow, and like there's a fox like 100 yards away, and he literally throws a falcon, and it's like perched on his arm, ready to jump out, like it's like a swimmer
Oh my God.
diving out, and he just whoom, and you just see him like coast along this like snowbank, and just claws pick it up, and it brings it right back.
Wow.
Nuts.
Damn.
I've seen that clip a ton of times. That thing's crazy.
I've never seen that, I don't think.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, please do, man. That'd be nice to have.
But yeah, those clips are. Do you follow like Nature is Metal?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Oh my God.
So fucking crazy. It's so crazy, though. You're having like a nice evening, you know, you're out fucking to a nice dinner. You peek at the phone and it's a raccoon just eating its young, and you're like,
whoa.
going on?
It's like, hey George, what's wrong? I just saw. Never mind. Phone
Yeah.
down.
Oh, yeah, we gotta
Dude,
change it up.
oh my goodness, dude, like that page, like one of the craziest things I ever saw on that page was, have you ever seen like the moose run through snow? Have you ever, dude? So
Bring
like,
it up.
yeah, dude, look at a moose.
Jesus, these guys.
Dude, I was looking, moose are massive animals.
Oh, yeah, they're very large.
And like there's a clip of this thing running like 30 miles an hour just through 6 feet of snow.
Oh, my God.
It's-
huh? Oh, I'll relapse if I watch this too much.
Oh, dude, these things are crazy. I don't. This isn't the one I've seen, but
And look,
like,
there's a white guy eating a sandwich.
oh yeah, here
He's
it
gonna
comes.
fuck-
Look at this. Leave it here. Oh, wait. Oh, he's about to go. I think he just runs right past him here in a sec.
Nuh-uh.
Try that.
Oh, we picked the worst video where it's just a guy. It's just 2 guys eating
Oh.
a sandwich watching a moose. Oh, no, here he comes.
No, see, this isn't the clip I think I saw. But,
That's a horse also.
oh, there it goes.
Oh, my God.
Like, what is that?
That's a Dodge Ram.
Can you imagine if he just like chested? Like, if you just got chested by that?
You think he could take it on?
No.
Really?
I'd cut him. I'd go right for his knees.
Oh, damn, come on.
Go right for the thing's knees, and it's gonna knock my wind out, give me a concussion. But I ain't going out like that, man. Holy cow, dude! I'm taking from the side. Like if I was a safety and that's the tight end crowd across the middle of the field, I'm gonna take a creative angle and try to hit its back 2 legs right at the ankles and take it out, spin it out. That's what I would do.
God.
You can't take that thing on full. That's like tackling Derrick Henry. Remember, have you seen people like stiff arm? Like, you know, they're just highlights of him slapping them to the ground. That's what that would be like. That's
Yeah.
you trying to tackle Derrick Henry.
I would do some other way to get him, you know? Now, what if you put lice in your field in the grass that got in his hair at halftime? He's itching too much. He can't hold on to the ball.
Wouldn't that happen to you too, though?
True, but you'd risk it.
I know, but even maybe as a defensive player, I get that. Oh, I'd be so.
You just got to think of a new strategy. Who wants to go tackle Derrick Henry?
No one. That sounds off. You got to hit him before he gets the ball.
Yeah, I know.
He gets 3 steps going. He's 3 steps in. He's full speed, and then it's a 200. He's bigger than I am, and he plays running back.
Wow, really?
So that's another thing that blows me away. Like you've seen
Okay.
So like Derrick Henry plays running back. He's 6 foot. Dude, he's like 6'4", 6'5", 245 pounds.
Oh my God.
Christian McCaffrey plays running back, and he's 5'10", like 210 pounds. Like they play the same position. Or how about Robbie Gould's a kicker? He's 40 years old. And then you have guys like Trent Williams, and they play the same sport. Those comparison photos always like freak me out. You have the 6'6" guys who could, kill somebody easily. And then you have the dad of 4 who's just kicking footballs.
Yeah. Who's
Wild.
just punting. Yeah. I'm wearing turtlenecks.
Just like how different everybody is in the NFL. It's like it's the biggest melting pot. It's crazy.
That is probably pretty wild. Huh? And then you also have a lot of Samoan players people don't even realize, huh? Do you guys have a lot of Hawaiian or Samoan players? Do you think?
I've had them on my team in the past. Like we have a Tongan.
Oh wow.
Talanoa Hufanga. We just call him Huff. He was first team All Pro this year. He had a great season in his second year. But he throws it whenever he makes a big play. He throws the tee up. Yeah. It's awesome, dude. It's so sick.
So cool.
It's just a different energy, and people are wired differently. And I that's what I love about the NFL. You learn so much about people.
Really?
Think about you have people who come from great family backgrounds. People come from terrible family backgrounds. You have people who were All-Americans in college, and people who are undrafted free agents got cut by their first couple teams. You have guys who are first-round draft pick that's had success. You have Mr. Relevant. Brock Purdy. It's like everybody has such a different story.
He was the last pick?
Yeah, last pick, Mr. Relevant. So this is the crazy. If you just take the time to listen to somebody talk and you understand them, and you're just open about it, dude, it's the amount of stuff you can learn from people is amazing. It's really fun just to sit and talk to guys.
What's the culture like over there with the 49ers? Is it
It's
good
amazing.
culture?
Yeah, it's incredible.
You hear that this is a regular fan. You hear that they have a really great culture over there. That John Lynch, right, is the guy?
So Lynch and Coach Shanahan, they've brought in a lot of really good guys. But what it was I had a really good rookie class, and we were we had a great rookie class, and a lot of our rookies were on the team. But and we had some really good vet like Joe Staley, Garrett Selleck. Those are 2 vets that we had that were amazing people. And they knew how to play the game the right way, but they were both father figures to a lot of the guys, young. Because I said, we had 25 rookies.
Yeah, that's insane.
So we had a lot of young guys, and so they're all learning from these guys. So we had good vets. So guys learn what matters and how to treat people with respect, and so because you'd be surprised. That's not a thing that's taught everywhere. Treating people with respect. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But in a locker room, you kind of have to. Because you're working with them every single day. But so we have a solid group of guys, and it's kind of elevated to so our best players, our captains, are all very high character guys. And so you either with us or you're not. And so you better be a good person, do your stuff that you're supposed to do, and then play. And so that's kind of our culture, and it's gone, and we work really hard. We hit people really hard, and hey, we're a very violent football team, but we still have a good time.
Is it a pretty selfless environment over there? Does it feel like? Because you don't even get a ton of balls, right?
No.
You don't get a ton of balls, but you have a lot of great assets on your team, and there's a lot of people that need to get the ball.
Yeah, so it's a point of everybody, you want individual success. I would love to be in the Hall of Fame, right? And so, but to do that, you do need a certain amount of statistics to get there, right? So there's a certain type of selfishness, because there is you want to be good, you want to make huge plays, you want to
play,
you want to do stuff, right? So what's awesome about our team is we all whether it's Debo, Christian McCaffrey, Kyle Juszczyk, Ayuk's fantastic. I love Ayuk. He's just a different energy. But you have these guys they're selfless. It's if we're winning the game and they're playing too, and they're playing at a high level, they're running great routes, they're blocking at a high level too, but they're doing everything, we're doing everything we can. So whether it's Christian McCaffrey or other running back like Elijah Mitchell, to get them into the end zone, that's all I care about. Us winning games is all I care about. And so yes, I love the personal accolades. You want to build that resume, but I would trade about, I'd rather win a Super Bowl than, I think this is an argument I've had in the locker room before. Would you rather win a Super Bowl or be in the Hall of Fame?
I think it would have to be the Super Bowl. As a fan, I don't even know who's in the Hall of Fame.
That's why I'd rather win a Super Bowl than be in the Hall of Fame. Now, being in both would be amazing. But if I had to pick one, hey George, would you rather win this or do that? I'd pick in a Super Bowl 10 out of 10 times.
Do you think there are players that would rather get the ball more than win the game?
There are.
Not on your team even, but
No,
in the league.
I'm just trying to think. Like, I think there are certain players that, like, you have to have the mindset that when you get the ball, like, the more, like, you have to have a mindset like when I get
want the ball, dude. It looks fucking scary.
Oh, dude, it's not for everybody, and
Dude,
it is what it
if they
is.
threw me the ball, dude, I'd throw it back.
Nope.
Honestly,
Hot potato.
Yeah.
Hey, not me, not me. Not me. Dude,
I'd do a timeout.
Yeah, I feel like you just toss the ball out of bounds. Like, nah, it slipped, coach, my bad. Just drop it. I'm good. No, but I think, wow, that's a good question. There might be some guys that are like more like stat hungry, maybe, but they're not on our team. I've never really been with a guy that was like that, which has been awesome. But like, and there's guys who have contracts where like, hey, if I get 40 catches this season, I get a bonus.
Right.
Like we had a guy who he was a backup, right? But he re-signed because his rookie deal was over, and he had an incentive in there that was if he got over, he had to break his receiving yards from last year, and he only had like 150 receiving yards, but he doesn't play a lot on offense. He's a special teams guy, and by like week 5, he broke it, and it was amazing because he got like a multiple $100,000 bonus because of it. And so like, yeah, like there is a selfishness to it because who doesn't want to get paid an extra $250,000 or something like that, whatever it was. I'm not entirely sure, but like, that's awesome. Like good for you. And like, I'm encouraging like, hey, Jimmy, throw him the ball. Brock, toss that Trey, throw that guy the ball. So it's just like, that's pretty fun. Like, so like when it is like, so there's selflessness, but there's also a selfishness to it to an extent.
Right.
But I'm lucky to be on a part of a team that, hey, like Debo's a superstar. He's fantastic. And he had a game where he had 20 receiving yards and 20 rushing yards. We won by 2 touchdowns. He's like, I don't care. He's like, we're winning. I have another opportunity. Like we have another opportunity to play next week. Like it is what it is. And then he goes, and I'll be ready when I get my opportunity. I'll be ready for it.
Yeah.
And then we had a playoff game. He had a 74-yard touchdown. He had like 120 yards receiving, a touchdown. Player of the game. It's just like we have those guys capable on our team, but we have 6 of those guys or 7 of those guys that are capable. And then it's fun to be a part of a team like that.
Yeah.
Because it's not everywhere.
Was McCaffrey pretty excited when he got to go to your team?
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah, I mean,
just have a change of pace, I'm sure is exciting for anyone.
Yeah.
And also you're getting to go to a team that has a chance to move forward in the
for
league.
sure. And like talking to Christian, like he loved Carolina. He loved his experience. He has a house here. Like that's where he thought he was going to be for his whole career. And they traded him and getting to come to San Francisco where especially it was fun too because I met Christian like 2018, 2019. And so we've kind of been talking about like, hey, it'd be really fun to like play together because
that's cool.
We run the hell out of the football. He's a really talented running back, right? And so we've always kind of joked about that. He actually sent me a photo. It was pretty funny. We traded jerseys in 2019 and at the bottom of my jersey, I said, see you soon. And
that's crazy.
now he's a Niner, which is pretty sick. You got to speak things into existence, Theo.
It's really true, man.
We'll talk about that next. We got to come back to that because
Okay.
I like that stuff.
Really?
I'm big into that. But you got to so sorry, but like he came into this offense that we run outside zone. Like a lot of guys, like a lot of offenses, you kind of see big guys waddle. Mm-hmm. We're running as fast as we possibly can to try to make we're trying to move the line of scrimmage that way while also moving it that way or that way. So it's like it's a lot more movement, and if you're a good running back and you can see those lanes, it's a lot easier to run. It's like it's more difficult to run that way. You have to have an offensive line and like tight ends that are built for that. But when you have an O-line, tight end, fullback like combo that is talented and Shanahan's very good at creating plays, we're one of like the best run offenses in football. And so like for him to be a running back in that offense, it's a really good opportunity.
Exciting.
It's exciting.
Yeah, I felt excited when he got because even after your quarterback went out in the championship game, he had a great run right after that, right?
Oh yeah, that touchdown, that was insane.
I mean, that was Herculean, dude. And so that was so exciting.
It was 18 wham.
It was 18 wham?
Yeah. I down block on the defensive tackle, which happened to be Fletcher Cox. He's a big dude.
He's a big deal.
He's a big dude. He's large.
God. And sometimes when you push in a large man, do you feel their stomach or where do you put your hands on them?
Oh God. Like the only way to move big people, you have to hit them. You have to hit people in the hip. That's how you make them move.
Oh.
Yeah. So like when I'm blocking, so like, I don't know, do you have any idea what gap scheme is? You ever run power? It's called power. The tight end, everyone blocks down and you pull a guard from the opposite side to kick somebody out. So it's called gap scheme. It's called power, right? But on that, the entire coaching point is if there's, all right, real quick. If I'm the right tight end and this is the offensive tackle, like this is the offensive tackle right here, and we're going that way, and there's a guy standing right here, I'm aiming, my left shoulder pad is aimed on his hip because if I can hit that hip, his feet will move, and then the right tackle will pick him up, and he'll move him for me while I go up to the linebacker to pin it. So you're creating a wall, and the running back's going to go right behind us. And so like my target is that hip, and I'm trying to hit it as violently and as like hard as I possibly can, because it doesn't matter if you're 200 pounds or if you're 300 pounds. Right. If I get you in that hip, it moves your base, and then if you're off your base and getting hit by another big guy, you're screwed.
Right. And if it's that fast.
And it's that fast. And like they don't know that play's coming too. So like that's where my advantage is. And so I have to like, I'm like a coiled spring just as soon as they say hike, boom, and I'm diving through that guy's hip to go up to the second level. So yeah, sorry, Gapskin, that's my run game. I love the run game. Yeah. Because we were talking about like, I don't get the ball every play, and like I don't want the ball every play. I like getting the ball. It's fun to catch the ball. It's fun to run it. Like you like running with a football in open space and not getting hit is one of the coolest things you can possibly do as a human being.
Yeah. What did you feel like just driving real fast?
Dude, like, I have a smile on my face. I'm just like, this is like, it's because it doesn't happen very often. It's hard to get that open in the NFL because everyone's such good athletes. But when you're just running through the space, man,
Does it feel like it's illegal or something?
Yes. Like I feel like I'm a kid who just like, I just stole something. I'm just running as fast as I can. And it's such a thrilling feeling. But so I don't get to do that all the time. So like running routes is fun, but when you don't get the ball, running routes isn't really fun because I just get tired. And so when you're in the run game and the whole thing is like, it depends on me. Like the running back has to help me, he has to set me up, but like I have to hit this guy as hard as I can. And then there's all these fundamentals, whether it's your first step, your second step, your inside hand, where your outside hand goes. But like there's just art to it. And people that are really good at it, you see their technique and like what it looks like. And it's really fun for me. I watch I love watching offensive line like run the football and like hit people. So like there's this artwork to it. And so like I'm the best run blocking tight end in the NFL. I do it differently than anybody else does. And I've been doing it differently for like my entire career. And I like my first year, maybe not so much, but like second year on, I kind of like figured out what works for me. And so I put as much effort as I can to that. So then what's great about the tight end position, I can affect every single play. I can have a huge impact on every single play in the football game. Like a wide receiver who's on the backside of an outside zone going away from him, if he doesn't block the corner, it might not be a big deal. Every play that I'm in on, I have the opportunity to have a huge impact, whether it's a run play or a pass play. So like I love playing tight end because I have that opportunity, and because I get to do all those things, I'm going to do everything I can to be great at all those things, whether it's pass blocking, run blocking, or running routes and catching. So like I'm the only position you really get to do everything. Like we had a tight end throw a touchdown in the Super Bowl a couple years ago, the Eagles guy. But like you got to do a little bit of everything, and I really appreciate that. So like I don't want to be an average run blocking tight end. Like I'm 240 pounds. Like I'm not like there's tight ends out like Mercedes Lewis is 6'6", 6'7". He's like 265. That man, he manhandles people, and it's different. Like we do two different. Like we hit people differently. But like I'm trying. Like I want to be, and he is a very good tight end. He's going into year 18. He's fantastic. I'm just like I want to be great at everything that I'm asked to do, so then I don't have to get taken out for anything. I want to play every single snap.
Oh, you don't play every snap?
I do play every snap. Yeah, I mean, I played the most snaps in my career this year.
Did you really?
Yeah, of my career. And I missed the first 2 games, which was crazy. That's a lot of snaps. Yeah, I played like 98% of the snaps every single game.
That's incredible, man.
Oh, dude, like I said, your window's only so big, so like
right,
you
so
might
you
as
want
well
to make the most of your window.
Yeah. And also I only get to hit people for 17 weeks, so
yeah.
Like now I don't get hit anybody. I have a huge blocking sled at my house that I'm going to hit. I can't wait to hit that tomorrow. It's going to be really fun.
And will you dress it up like certain players or anything?
No, that's a good question though. That's fun. I have thought about that, but no, I don't know who I would set up at. Like I don't really not like very many people in the NFL. There's a couple guys that, I don't care about or I might not care for. There's not too many games that I completely circle the calendar. There's a couple just like based on the player that I get to go against, but I don't have that issue very much. I like everybody.
Yeah. Like what's one of those teams where you're like, I'm going against this team this week?
And
you can say
the Rams. That's a big one for us. Like, because they play us the exact same way every time. And then at the end of the day, they have Aaron Donald, who's,
oh yeah.
Yeah. Besides Trent Williams and Aaron Donald are the 2 best football players in the NFL. Not even close. Patrick Mahomes is really good. Like Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, like there are other good players, but like for dominance at their position, every single snap, Trent Williams, Aaron Donald. And Nick Bosa is getting there too. He's going to be really good. But like Aaron Donald, like 8-time All-Pro, like that's insane. Yeah. His whole career he's All-Pro. But so when you play the Rams, you have to game plan for Aaron Donald because if you only put one guy on him, the likelihood of him blowing up the play and hitting the running back or the quarterback in the backfield and making them fumble significantly increases. So you have to completely game plan for him.
So you got to plan for him hugely.
Yeah, hugely. And so we have to plan for him like huge. And then Sorry, so like, and then like the way they play their defense is they just try to bottleneck us as much as they can, so it makes our outside zone a little bit more difficult. And then they kind of play in this like kind of a quarters thing where like they keep everything in front of, like it's kind of bend but don't break. Like you can give up some small stuff, but you're not getting anything past us, and then they're going to be very violent and they're going to come up in the run game. And so it's just like playing a team like that where so like I'm in my 3-point stance, Theo, and line of scrimmage is like right here.
Oh yeah.
They have an outside linebacker who's wider than you are and like a tilted stance and a sprinter stance. And the second we say hike, he's trying to run through my face as fast as he can that way to not let me reach him. And they're like, not every team does that, but it's very difficult to go against because at that point, it's just kind of me saying, all right, who's going to hit who harder?
Every time.
God. And like there's different ways. Like we sometimes put a guy in motion and we'll double team that guy because like having to hit somebody and anchor, I think is easier than having to hit somebody and then move. Because if I anchor, the window everybody runs into my back. Feel me? Like, so if I go to block you and the offensive line's coming this way and I stop my feet, I'm gonna get ran up on and someone's gonna go through my legs. So like I have to hit you and then keep my feet running. So I'm running, like the people behind me are also moving people towards me. Like if you're at the point of attack, you have to run and his job is to not let me run.
Damn.
It's wild. So, but the Rams do a really good job of that.
Do you think, say if you coached me, you trained me, right?
Yeah.
Ultimate training, ultimate coaching.
Sure.
Do you think I could play? You don't.
No. In the NFL or like pickleball? Pickleball, I think you'd be really good at.
Dude, pickleball. Come on, man.
Dude, we have a lot of guys that play it. I love that game.
What about in maybe the USFL?
Like what position you want, dog?
Huh? I'm saying anything on the field. And you were my trainer, man. And I would never give up.
You could long snap.
I could long snap.
But I mean, you'd have to, how much do you weigh right now?
Probably 186, 184.
You'd have to get up like 220.
Fuck, dude.
Well, you have to hold some weight because like in the NFL, when there's a small long snapper, they'll just put like a defensive lineman on him.
He blows him up.
Yeah, it just crushes him.
Oh.
Yeah, so like you have to have a little size to you at least. But you could do that.
I just want to have to wake up and eat at night, like in the middle of the night, like a baby.
Dude, so in college, I had a really difficult time. Like I couldn't get past 225. I couldn't do it for like 3 years. And so in my third year, I drank 8 Gatorade protein shakes a day. And like literally let's just say I wake up at 6 a.m. for my lift. I drink a protein shake then. I get to my lift. And before I start the lift, before I start the warm up, I drink another protein shake. I go through the warm up, come in, drink a protein shake before I get on the scale. This is just to try to keep my weight on. After the lift, I drink a protein shake. I take 3, I think I'm at 4. I think I'm at 4 there. I leave, and then for lunch, I have a protein shake. I'm in class, I have a protein shake.
Is your truck just full of dirty protein shake containers?
Yeah, like do you ever see the old Gatorade cans?
Yeah.
Like those big, thick ones?
No, I'm lying to you. Hold on, bring it up.
Pull that up. Look up Gatorade protein shake can, like metal can. But I would drink those. I had so many of them at my house. And then I would have one before I go to bed. And then I would set an alarm. If I was really struggling, I would set an alarm for 3 a.m. or no, 2 a.m. and then 4
To
a.m.
have them again?
Yeah, just to drink them. That's because that was the easiest thing for me. I didn't eat like, I don't know, that thing.
Drug addict.
Dude, you could kill someone with that. Like it was a brick.
I don't even seen that.
Yeah,
I don't think that's available to the public.
It's not available anymore. But so like I literally
That's insane, man.
I know.
You know how bad a product or how something off about a product has to be that's not available?
I think you have to go out of your way. Well, yeah, that's actually weird. I didn't even know Gatorade did protein until I got to Iowa, and I was like, oh, whoa.
No one knew it until just now when you told us.
Probably every college football athlete knew. That was in a lot of places. But
wow.
yeah, so that was
so you got to have that weight on. So that's a number one thing to even be able to play. You really have to have some weight on you.
Yeah, to an extent. Like, I mean, like I said, if I weighed 225 pounds right now, I wouldn't be in the NFL.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be able to block. Like, I have to be at least 240 for me to like be able to move people still.
To even show up. Who's the big guy? Oh, Calais Campbell, huh?
Oh my gosh.
How big is he?
I met him for the first time.
He's the nicest guy.
Oh my gosh.
He's like a giant. He's like, how are you doing down there?
Oh, hey, hi. I'm like,
hey.
Hi, sir.
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
His brother is a comedian. But
cool.
So I got to meet him a couple of times there, and but yeah, he's like the gentlest giant.
Dude, he's super, super nice.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. I haven't met a ton of NFL players, but I got to see Brandon Marshall at the Super Bowl. Real nice guy.
Yeah, he's cool too.
And I got to
he's huge.
Yeah, he was very tall. I thought he was
thick too,
Dwight
man.
Howard at first.
Dude, yeah, that's funny. But yeah, that is. Dude, like he's bigger than I am too, and he played wide receiver. Think about that for a sec. Yeah. like, Brandon, why don't you just play tight end, dude? Well, less money. But I was like, I mean, you could have probably played another couple years.
Why do y'all get less money?
I don't know. Let's figure that out. I'll call in and you're going to figure it out.
Because you're doing more.
Thank you.
I never realized that.
Or get this. So Travis Kelce, this guy, 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns a year for like the last 7 years, basically.
But he gets more balls thrown to him than you.
Sure, but my point is that if he was a wide receiver, his contract, he'd be the 26th highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. Does that make sense?
No.
No, he should probably be top 5. So like that's like, I don't know. He should probably be making, if like there's wide receivers out there making over $25 million that don't get his stats. So like, why would he not get paid more?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, like I think I was third in the NFL in touchdowns this year. And yeah, I mean, there's 20 receivers that make more money than me.
That's
unfair. And like, I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them that they're making their money.
Them.
No, it's nothing against them. It's just like, that's the tight end market. Like our franchise tag is like $10 million, which is like, if a team doesn't like, Evan Ingram, tight end for the Jacksonville Jaguars, he was franchise tag, which means like they don't want to do a new deal yet, but they're going to give you a 1-year deal. And it's based on the average of like the top couple contracts of your position. So like his was $10 million. And then the quarterback franchise tag is $30 million for that one season. And I get the quarterback is the most, right. That's the most important position, but like wide receiver franchise tag is, I want to say like 20 something. But it's like, are they really double the value?
No, I don't think so. Especially, I don't think.
No, I don't
Especially
think so.
now when you're getting all these hybrid, you have like Taysom Hill, you have a hybrid player that could possibly do it all.
Yeah, sure. Now the thing, when you get you have to be great at all those things for it to be a value of you in a contract negotiation too, right?
That's a good point.
Yeah. So you have to be great. Like if you can just do several things, but you do them averagely, I'd rather have like a guy that does this great and a guy that does this great than having a guy that does it both average.
Right. That's
so
a
like,
good point.
Yeah. So like that's a part of it too. But it's just like,
is there a position that we don't know that you could possibly play on the field that people wouldn't really realize maybe?
Oh, dude, I would love to play like outside linebacker in a 3-4 defense. Kind of like, I know I'm not going to say I'm going to be amazing at it, but I think I would have a real shot at it. If I could get up to like 260, 265, maybe 270 and set an edge, I think I'd do that. I'm a really good athlete and like you don't have to run as much, which is really nice. I get tired sometimes, dude.
Oh, I get tired watching.
Thank you. It's
I've had
tough
to pause
sometimes.
it and fucking get water.
Oh, dude. If you ever watch, like I put the oxygen mask on almost after every drive.
Really?
I don't know if it does anything.
How nice is that, huh?
I don't know if it does anything, but I do feel better. Like I'm just like, oh, well, even if it's a placebo effect, I'm big into placebo effects. If you believe it that it works, do it.
Yeah. Is it flavored, the oxygen? Is it like grape ice or anything?
I'm gonna ask.
Yeah.
Next year.
Get some gas in there, dog.
Riptide Rush Gatorade.
Yeah, I'd do something,
Glacier
man.
Freeze.
Yeah. Salted caramel. I don't know. I'm also naming.
You're a sweet guy.
Well, I'm naming vape flavors also. So
I don't think I've vaped since college. I did that for a hot second.
Don't do it, dude.
I know. I was listening to a couple of your podcasts.
People are fucking suffering from it.
I listened to your Jay Cutler podcast. That was fun.
Did you?
Yeah. I had to prepare a little bit, dog.
Oh, that's a good point, man. Yeah, Jay kind of doesn't. I can't believe Jay played quarterback that long in the NFL. I don't think Jay can believe it.
That's a good point. It's funny too. So I'm a Bears fan. I grew up in Iowa. There's no NFL team. So like I grew up a Chicago Bears fan.
A Bears fan.
Yeah. So I grew up Chicago Bears, Cubs fan. And like I still like the Bears. Like I'm still a fan of the Bears. But like,
was it tough during the Cutler years?
He brought a lot of excitement to it. Like he really did. Like he would have games where he'd throw for like 350 yards and 4 touchdowns. It was really fun to watch. It's fun to be a Bears fan. Like plenty of heartbreakers, but like, I enjoy Jay Cutler. The memes of him like having a cigarette in his mouth at the podium, like those are some of my favorite football memes. Because he was he was the first person that they made those memes about, was him with the like just cigarettes, like just smoking cigarette. Jay Cutler.
Oh, he's a regular dude.
He's just a regular dude.
Jay Cutler's a regular dude, man. Like I'll see him at a bar, see him at like a party or something, and he's just like, you would almost, you wouldn't even get. I don't know if you wouldn't guess that he'd be. I don't know, but yeah, he's just a most regular dude. He's just like,
that's the crazy thing about NFL players. Most of us are just regular dudes.
Are there still players that smoke cigarettes, you think? Like, you ever been out there and you're like, Jesus, somebody's been fucking smoking at halftime?
I had a teammate my rookie season who after practice and after games would smoke cigarettes in. Yeah. I you know what? I'm not going to say who it is, but we lost my rookie year. We lost in Lambeau. Aaron Rodgers did like a 30-second drive to kick a field goal to win the game. And like this one, we were 0-9 too. So like we almost went to Lambeau and won as like my rookie class. And they were a much better team than us, but we somehow kept it close. And like losing that, and I had a good game too, but like it was a heartbreaker. And like I said, I grew up a Bears fan, so like playing in Lambeau for the first time in a night game, like it was really cool.
Yeah,
it was a cool experience. Like you want to win those games, so losing, and like I go to the shower, and he's in there smoking a cigarette, and I was like, hey man, I'll take one of those if you don't mind, man. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for that. Like, I don't know. Like, that's probably illegal, but I'm sorry, NFL. Don't get mad at me. But I did do that one time, and that was a really fun one. And like one of the coaches walked in, like looked at us, and he just walked out of the shower. So I was like, yeah, dude, just give us a sec, man. Just chill.
Yeah, look, it's two probably nude men smoking cigarettes in the shower.
You're not wrong. It was.
Yeah, bro, it's Russia. Okay, that's what it is. Let them have their moment. They just lost a game.
Yeah, like, dude, will you give me a sec, please?
Oh, there should be 8 minutes where you should be allowed to smoke a cigarette after the game, I think, if your team loses. Are there quarterbacks that you wouldn't be excited to play for, do you feel like?
Ooh, excited to play for?
Well, let's just do this. How about nonverbal communication? You don't have to say anything.
Okay.
I'll rattle off a couple names, right?
Okay. And what do you want me to do?
You don't have to say. You don't have to do anything.
Okay.
Just look.
Okay, I'm looking.
Look forward. All right. Andy Dalton.
Did the Red Rocket.
Deshaun Watson. Jamarcus Russell.
Jamarcus, the tape guy. Remember that? They gave him fake tapes.
That's crazy.
Yeah. See, the only way it would be as a teammate for him to do that, that would piss me off.
Oh, it would bum me out.
That would bum me out. Like, I'll give anybody an opportunity. Like, I don't care who I don't like if you put your effort in and you show up and you play and like you did everything you could to be prepared and you have a bad game, I'm not going to hate you for that.
Right.
If you tried, but if you go out of your, like, if you don't like try and get prepared, if you're not
a professional,
it's your job. Like, that's the crazy thing. Like in college, you have to do classes and like, you're testosterone fueled 20-year-old. Like, you have other things in your life that might at that time matter more than football. If you're in the NFL, like, yes, your family matters and like there's certain things, but like it's your job, it's your profession, and you have 60 other guys in that locker room who are counting on you to do your job.
Oh yeah.
And for you to do that,
it's unreal.
Like I wouldn't appreciate that. So that's something that would piss me off.
Yeah, something like that would really upset me, I think.
Well, yeah.
Do what you're supposed to do.
Well, like my goal is to win a Super Bowl. Proven in an NFC Championship game, I can't help much if I can't get the ball thrown to me.
Yeah.
We didn't have a quarterback. So
should somebody who was the last quarterback to go in? You guys lost a couple quarterbacks.
So
you guys lost your whole quarterbacks all year.
Yeah. So fun fact, I've played 6 years in the NFL and I've had one quarterback for one season one time. 2019, I had Jimmy G for one season and we went to the Super Bowl. My rookie year, we had 3 quarterbacks. My second year, we had 3 quarterbacks.
You had Nick Mullen one time too.
Love Nick Mullins.
Yeah, he's
CJ Beathard. Yeah, he is.
Oh yeah,
CJ
Beathard. I'm a fan, man.
He lives in Franklin, Tennessee.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, he's part of the reason I live here. He was one of my boys. So we played 5 years together at Iowa, and then 4 years together at San Francisco. So he's one of my best friends.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
He seems like a really neat guy.
Oh, he's wonderful. But he, so like my second year, I had 3 quarterbacks. 2020, I had 3 quarterbacks. Damn. 2021, I had 2 quarterbacks, and this past season, I had 4 quarterbacks.
Fuck, you're bad luck.
Nah, not me. I'm not bad luck.
Saying,
Come on,
dude, sorry.
Oh, dude, I never knocked wood on an American flag. That's got to be good luck.
That's got to be good luck.
It's got to be great luck. Yeah, but so
how hard was it when
our fourth quarterback was Josh, by the way. Great dude. Josh Johnson. That was the last guy who got hurt.
That was the last guy that got hurt. And then, so after that, was there any talk that somebody else could go in there?
So you tentatively game plan for like an emergency quarterback, and Kyle Juszczyk, our fullback, was our emergency quarterback. But like, there's only like, he doesn't know all the footwork stuff for plays. Like the playbook was like 4 to 8 plays. Cause it's crazy because Coach Shanahan, Kyle Shanahan, he's been in NFL like I want to say like 15 to 20 years, like being a part of coaching in it, and he's never had it happen to him. His dad, Mike Shanahan, never seen it in his
so he
career.
Can't even text his dad at halftime.
Yeah, like, what do I do? Like he never experienced it either. And then we have our running backs coach. He's in year like 60, and he's never seen it either, at any level. And so it's just like it doesn't happen often. So like you're mildly, and everyone's like, well, why aren't you more prepared? Because it doesn't happen. Like
of course, you're not prepared. But were you guys like looking around the sideline, like who's even lean enough here to even throw? You know what I'm saying? Like, because at that point, it's also like a stat. You can't have like
the only thing that I wanted to see just for like even at the point because
like after, for kicks,
after Josh got hurt, like, and we were down, and like it's I think at that when Josh got hurt, where I think we were only down we might have been down 7, or no, we were down 21-7 when he got hurt, and so at that point you're like, okay, we can't throw. We like the next couple, like you're like, okay, we might have a shot here, but I think they went down and scored. It's 28-7, and you're just like, we can't physically throw the football, and they're just going to put 11 people in the box. All right, like sure, like how creative can you get? I know Juwan Jennings, one of our wide receivers, he played at Tennessee. He was like a top 5 quarterback recruit in high school, which was kind of so like maybe I wanted to see that, but like at the end of the day, like you're not gonna. It's not high school where you can just put your best athlete at quarterback, or college where you can just put a really fast guy at quarterback and you just run around the edge and do cool stuff. Like that doesn't exist in the NFL. Like it just doesn't happen.
Right.
Like there's too many good athletes, so it's like. But like, hey, if he would have come in and like we would have thrown the ball, he throws an interception. It is what it is. Like,
right.
We're like, you trying everything you can to not like, oh, we're gonna lose this game. But it's like the most important position we don't have.
Yeah. Fuck. It was so.
It's like playing chess. You don't have a king. Oh, you lost. Yeah. Like I mean, the only other team I've seen do it is the Denver Broncos during COVID. They had all their quarterbacks had COVID, and so you put a wide receiver in. But they had a week to prepare at least, or a couple days at least. But it's just like, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah. Damn, it was such a bummer, man. I'm so sorry for you.
It wasn't even fun to watch.
No.
Like hey, if you're an Eagles football player, an Eagles fan, probably loved it. And good, like you should. Like
I don't even think you love it.
You enjoyed.
If you love something like that, then you're sick too.
Sure,
I
give you
would
that.
hate that, dude.
Well, like they loved winning, but like winning in that way is like it's not exciting.
Right.
Like there's nothing like there's not really anything exciting about that.
No.
And
if you're cheering then or yeah.
It's like sure, like hey, you guys are scoring, like they're winning the game and they're beating yeah. There's not much. You're beating somebody who's like hands are tied behind their back. And like, hey, they won and they
yeah,
like,
totally. You're not saying no, but I feel you.
Like at least it would have been an entertaining game.
Oh yeah.
If like even if like
they should take their quarterback out.
Both of them? That'd be wild.
If they go, well, how about this? That's insane. I shouldn't even say that. Do you think it's fair that the overtime team just goes to kick that field goal? It seems kind of lame each time.
Like for the win?
Yeah.
Well, that rule changed like 5 years ago.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, so like
good.
So then it went to like you had to if you score a touchdown, you automatically win. And then this past season in the playoffs in overtime, both teams get a chance.
Oh,
whether it's a touchdown or not. Because do you remember the Bills-Chiefs game from last year?
Yeah.
And it went back and forth, and everyone's like, well, if the offenses were so high powered, if the Bills would have gotten a shot, they would have gone down and scored. So they changed the rule for the playoffs. If that happened, that both teams get an opportunity at it. Which was interesting to see.
Yeah, I think it's more exciting. It can make the game a little bit longer. It definitely makes it more exciting as a fan.
I think college has overtime perfect.
Oh,
like just
that's so much fun.
It's so much like
11th overtime.
Yeah, dude, like that's
2 a.m.
And like then it also like for the people watching, like those touchdowns count, and like there's multiple of those. So it's just like a guy could go and like what was like there's like an LSU Ole Miss game that it was like tied like 17-17 and it ended 53-48 or something like that, or 53-47, some shit like that. But it's like a guy in that game, a wide receiver, like at the end of the game he had like 5 catches for 60 yards and a touchdown. At the end of the game he had 8 catches for 4 touchdowns and 100 yards. It's just like, where'd this come from? It's a 4 overtime. So I think the NFL should just start at the 35-yard line, because then if you go 3 and out, it's still a 52-yard kick. Like that's not easy, right? 52-yard, like from the 35, and just have them do it that way. It'd be so much fun. I mean, just like you're just taking shots for touchdowns at that point, man.
It'd be
like
so sweet,
it'd be sick,
dude. Yeah, that'd be a blast.
And like, dude, the stats too. Like fantasy football guys would love that because hey, now Devontae Adams at the end of overtime where he has 10 catches for 120 and 2 touchdowns. Now he has 14 catches for 6 touchdowns.
They'd never, fantasy
That'd
football
be
guys
so
would be
sick.
crazy. They'd never even talk to their wives anymore. Do you think? And we'll get you out of here in a second. What was you were talking about? Like, do you think that who do you think will be y'all's quarterback next year? Brock will get a fair shot at it, do you think?
Well, yeah, I mean, he hasn't lost a game yet. Like he got hurt at his first, like fifth play of the game, and so like he hasn't really lost a game yet.
He should get it.
Yeah, I mean,
but it's also a very competitive room over there.
It's a super competitive room. Well, right now we don't. Trey Lance, I think he just got cleared, so like he's out throwing and stuff again. So that's awesome. I'm very happy for him, like because he's a very special talent who has the ability to be a very good football player. He just needs reps, and like he's young. He hasn't played in a lot of football games. He just needs reps. So like, it'll be a good battle between them.
And Garoppolo, you'll still have him?
No, he's a free agent.
Oh, he's gonna leave probably.
Yeah, he's out.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. So, but like I think it's a.
If Brady came back, would he be able to go to y'all or not?
Yeah, he's a free agent. That'd be wild.
That'd be wild, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he's from the Bay.
He is?
He is from the Bay. That's crazy. Interesting. Anyways, but Purdy, like I said, like Purdy won 8 games. You can't like bench. You can't bench him. So I think it's a quarterback competition. I think when you go into, like, and again, like,
Dude, I can't win 8 games doing just even betting money line every week.
It's crazy. But like, and again, like he's hurt right now, right? So I think he got surgery today, maybe on his UCL, which is like the ACL of your elbow, I guess.
Oh, they got a third one now.
It's crazy, dude. Wild stuff. But so like he has to recover from that. So like it's gonna be an interesting training camp to see how the reps are split and stuff like that.
It's gonna be exciting.
It will be exciting.
Yeah.
And that's my entire career I've had QB controversy. So let's ride, dude. Another year of it, baby.
I love it. That's exciting.
Bring it.
You one last thing for you, Liv. I want to get, you were talking about like speaking things into
Existence.
Yeah, you wanted to bring it back that up.
Yeah, because you kind of talked about it too.
It's interesting how little we like speak out into the world what we want.
Yeah.
Like how often do I'll sit and complain in my head or think about things or worry, bro, for years.
Yeah.
But rarely will I say, this is what I fucking want.
Yeah.
You know?
And say you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm big, like, I don't know if you journal very much, but I got big into that literally like the last 12 months. Met a former player who kind of talked about how he did it too. And like just writing down like what you expect the season to be, or like what your goals are, or writing about them in the past tense too. That was kind of a cool thing too.
Like give me an example of that.
So like you could talk about winning the Super Bowl, or you could talk about like
I won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and then you talk about confetti fall, and you talk about like, and you speak it into existence. Like there's a creativeness to it. And so like, it's kind of wild because then once you see it and it's kind of like the same as football. Like I do visualization a lot. So like I rep the plays in my head. And so then by the time I get to them in practice or whether it's the game, I've already done them in my head like 10 times. So when you call the play, I'd have nothing to worry about because I've already done it. And so it's like speaking into existence too. It's like you visualize it happening. And then so like, I don't know if you speak it into existence or you're like, once the moment comes, you're ready for it.
What's really interesting, man, it makes me think of EMDR. You know, have you heard of this?
Maybe. I don't know. Explain it to me.
Can you bring it up?
I think my wife is calling me.
So EMDR, eye movement desensitization and reprocessing therapy is a mental health treatment technique. The method involves moving your eyes. Goal is to help you heal from trauma or other distress. So anyway, what's interesting about EMDR is they take you back to times in your life, right, that were traumatic for you,
Mm-hmm.
and you talk through with a therapist to put a new experience into that time of your life.
Yeah.
So then when you come out of the modality or the experience of doing EMDR, the therapy,
Yeah.
then the past part of your life that was hurting you, it's now filled with a different part of your life that's positive.
Yeah, for sure.
So where you are at now currently will eventually start to feel different because the potholes have been filled in.
That's crazy.
So it's almost like a reverse of doing that, what you're saying.
Yeah, sure. Like you're creating those
Right.
in the future. And so then by the time you get to them, it's like,
Well, you're looking back on your past. You're writing into your own past that hasn't even happened yet.
yeah,
You're writing your own past and saying these things happened.
it's wild. And like, I did it every single day for the entire season.
Wow.
It's wild. And whether you're writing, like whether your goals are personally for the season, whether it's goals, like whatever it is, but like kind of talking about it in the past tense, it's really weird. Like it's like to get used to writing like that. It's because I've never done anything like that before. And so like that was a different experience for me. But you're talking about like that type of therapy. Have you seen the type of therapy that's like, let's just say you have like, you go to therapy right now and like everyone has certain traumas in their life.
Mm-hmm.
And the theory, I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's like, so 10-year-old you, something happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like that version of you, like the state that you went into, like to recover from that is still a part of your personality. And right. So like whether it's like, and like how you manage with it. So like, okay, so let's just say you're 10 years is bad. Let's say like you're a 25-year-old and something bad happens and you turn to drinking or something like that. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever something bad happens, you kind of go back to that, right? You go back to that because like that's your therapy for it. So like this goes into, you kind of revisit, you have a conversation with that 25-year-old you. Okay. And you're like, and then you try to get them to accept it because like you have these different parts of you inside of you, like for these different experiences, whether it's like, like that type of experience or like, I don't know, I'm trying to explain it the best way I can, but it's like, you have to have these conversations with this old past of you to kind of let go and like you kind of hold on to stuff.
Ah, interesting. So you're going back to like an injured part of you or an injured
part
you.
And you're trying to help them get through it because like you can't talk to it like, let's just say you had a bad college, let's say you had a really bad experience in college, like with a coach or something like that, and they like verbally abused you, right? And like that part of you is like still there, like it is still there. And like you go to therapy, you talk about it, but like if you just kind of hold on to it, that part of you is always still kind of like this dark anger. And so you have to kind of go back there and talk to them and like talk to that 18-year-old self.
Like almost making amends with your
or like guiding them to the light, maybe so to be, but like just kind of let go of that anger. Cause if you never talked about it, you're just kind of holding on, like you can push stuff down for so long, but like at some point you got to address it.
Yeah, it says trauma can freeze your emotional response at the age you experienced it. When you feel or act emotionally younger than your actual age, this is known as age regression. Well, it's even the same as almost as EMDR. It's like going back into a specific time.
That's what reminded me of it. And I was like, because I know my dad talked to me about that. It's just like a type of therapy you can do like to overcome like traumatizing events that happened to you. And it was a very like, I thought about it and I was like, that actually makes sense to me.
Well, your dad is really interesting, man. I've seen some of the episodes where he's like doing Hidden Pearls, you said it's called?
Hidden Pearls.
Where he'll he's like doing
his Mindful Mondays, which is fun.
Yeah, mindful, just like kind of like taking you through an experience. You can just see how it's part of you guys' whole world, all that stuff.
He's big into that, like breathing, visualizing. It helps, dude. Like when you just can take a second to yourself and like just kind of breathe and like just be one with whether it's your breath or just like your own thoughts or something like that. Because most of the time we're all
so scattered.
Or like this, you're on your phone, you're watching TV, you're looking at opinions of other people, but like not too often are you just kind of sitting there like, and like just having that conversation with yourself because you kind of need to, man. Like if you don't, like then you're not really progressing as a human. You're just kind of absorbing everyone else's information, and then like, is that who you are these days, or do you want to be your own person?
And what's really interesting, George, is that they've created it's so addictive. They've mastered our attention.
Social media is amazing.
They've mastered the art of taking our attention.
It's incredible. Like TikTok videos, man, you can go to a rabbit hole for 2 hours and not even blink.
Oh, you don't even know who you are. You come out, you're fucking child's in the middle school.
Yeah, like what just happened?
Like what is going on?
Where am I?
It's funny. I was watching Chris Rock's new special last night. And
I haven't seen it yet. Is it good?
It is cool, man. Cool. I didn't watch all of it, but he talks about your attention. That's the number one thing that people are after these days.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Is your attention? Well, whatever you put your attention into is how your life changes.
I know. So it's funny when I think of my head that I'm constantly overwhelmed by different thoughts, and I feel sporadic, and I can't keep my attention span on anything. But then when I look at what a TikTok is, it's literally this is just a thing of what I am.
It's wild.
It's just like a bunch of thoughts. Everything seems kind of disorganized. It's all in one place, but it fucking feels. I mean, if you saw TikTok, you would give it a antidepressant.
Yeah, dude, it's nuts. TikTok, like this is how social media like captures you. Like, I mean, my wife always yells at me, like, I'll go sit on the toilet and
you won't come back.
Dude, you're 30 minutes later, like, what just happened?
We come back, dude.
Oh my, where was it? Why are my legs asleep? Yeah. Like, what has happened? Like, what? Goodness gracious, but it's just like you can just get lost in those things. So like I refuse to get an Apple Watch because why do I need a phone on my wrist if I have one in my pocket?
Oh, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
I watched somebody have a fight the other day with their son on an Apple Watch through texting or something. It took them like an hour and a half to even have the fight. And it was the guys doing all this shit. It was unbelievable.
Dude, I've seen guys on my team that wear Apple Watches out to like walkthrough practices, and like you're not in a helmet, you're not like it's just learning like plays and stuff. But like they'll have it on, and like I'll be in the huddle, and guy next, like he'll be like, I'll hear a vibration. He'll look. I'm like, what are you like? Are you on your phone at a walkthrough? Like, what are you doing? He goes, it tracks my heart rate. Why do you need to track your heart rate right now, dude? You're jogging. Like, relax. Like, take your Apple Watch off. Disconnect for a little bit. It's okay. Yeah. Like, see, I have a calculator on my watch.
Oh, you got that old school
little
Casio.
Amazon, dude. I love it.
They have it on there?
Yeah, it's dude. So get this. This was $30. I bought it on Amazon, and like I've worn it the entire season. I love it. I talked about like on a podcast one time. I went back to Amazon to buy another one because I forgot. I thought I lost this one. $80. So I don't know if I'm just hyping them up for some reason or something like that. But yeah, so it's $80, but still like that's a pretty good price for a gold watch.
Yeah, it is. But still, I feel like it almost seems sometimes I feel like it knows what you've been shopping for. And if you shop for something expensive recently, it will make tickets more expensive for you for things. Bro.
I mean, like you'll talk about, hey, I need deodorant, and
$70.
I scroll through Instagram, and there's an ad, and it's for Old Spice. I'm like,
yeah,
what the heck? I talked about this 10 minutes ago. Why is there? It's just listening, dog.
Or if you even think about killing your cousin or something, and the fucking next thing you know, it's just all hammers.
Dude,
dude, it's crazy. Even having an Apple Watch is so, it's like, it'll tell you now, like, you just coughed. And the dude's like, oh, I just coughed, you know? And
Yeah,
it's just like,
do you need Dayquil?
lunch belch in 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's nuts, man.
It's too much, man.
Yeah, because I wore one. I didn't get an Apple Watch, but I wore the Garmin watch that like tracks a lot of your stuff, and like a lot of triathlon runners run it because like they have to know all their stuff all the time. And I was like, after a while, I was like, you know what? The only thing I really care about is like I like seeing my sleep. So like I have the Oura Ring stuff, and I like seeing my sleep because it tells you how long you slept, it tells you how well you slept. And right, so this is my mindset. So like, whether if I get like green in one of those areas, hey, I'm gonna have a good day. Because if let's say I got 7 hours of sleep and that's red, but 90% of it was super good deep sleep and I was healthy, you're like, okay, I'm gonna have a great day today. Or if they're both in the red, my mindset is now, all right, I didn't give myself a good advantage today, so I got to try a little bit harder today because it's gonna be a harder day because I didn't sleep well and I didn't get a lot of hours. And so like that's like people are like, well, I don't like to see that. I'm like, why? It's just another challenge that you get to accomplish today.
Well, I think that almost sums up just your entire approach, man. You're lucky that or not lucky. I mean, obviously, a lot of it comes from your own family experience and maybe some of your parents' influence and stuff. But because a lot of people, I get that number, I'd see that 60 out of 100 or whatever.
Fuck.
I'd start texting "fuck you" to everybody right out of the gate, and I'd even text myself "fuck you."
I feel you. No, I don't know, dude.
But then I would let it ruin me, as opposed to me saying, "Okay, today's gonna be a little bit more of a challenge. It's an uphill challenge, guys.
It's uphill, boy.
Dude.
It's up. Well, like so. I mean, when you're in like right now, I'm in the off season, right? So like my competitive switch is much lower than when I'm in season.
Mm-hmm.
But like when you're in season. And it's a Tuesday night and I have to wake up and I have 6 hours of meetings before I go do a walkthrough, and then I have to go do a practice of plays that I learned at 8 a.m. that morning, and I have to study those plays before practice. Like those 6 hours, like I can't be off.
Right.
Like I can't let the guy next to me down. And my expectation for him is that he's doing everything he can to be as prepared as he can. So like you don't have an option to be off. And so like so you have to find different ways to encourage yourself. And so, hey, I slept 8 hours and it's good. I'm gonna have a great day today. Or if it's one's bad, one's good. Hey, one of them's great. I'm gonna be great. And then the last one's like, all right, well, I'm just gonna kick my own ass today. Like, bring it. Damn. And like, it's so like that's what my mindset has to be now. Off season, I might bitch and moan a little bit more, but like, it is what it is. Like, I only have so many off days. I only have so many days, anyways. So like, I'm just gonna keep going. And go.
I think you got to give yourself some breaks here and there. I mean, even if you have a job that doesn't really even allow that many, and you have
to take them when you can get them.
It's a high competition level you're in. It's a high competition profession. Yeah, you got to take them when you can get them, man. Well, I'm gonna say thank you for coming, and I appreciate it, dude. And it's been exciting just to hear about just some of your thoughts and get to know you a little bit better. And I'm so happy for you and your success.
Thank you.
And tell us about Tighten You. I wanted to hear about it.
Oh yeah,
because last year I heard Tighten You was going on, right? And I fucking wanted to meet everybody.
Yeah, you want to come through?
Jeremy Holt didn't text me back, so I literally parked in the parking lot where you guys were practicing.
Vanderbilt?
Oh, Drake had texted me, right?
Yeah, Drake was the ball boy
at Lipscomb.
Although that was 2 years ago, at Lipscomb Academy.
2 years ago at Lipscomb. So yeah, I'm like,
yeah, you could have showed up, man. I would have gotten you in.
Oh well, fuck. Honestly, dude, I may have been outside of some other conference though because I was there. I was there at Lipscomb this year, dude. No joke, bro. I'm not even joking.
We were at Vanderbilt this year.
Y'all were really?
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. Then it was something else going on, but I was texting Jeremy. I was texting Drake. They said we were in a place where they couldn't get good reception, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But
Vanderbilt
I was outside of a group of men who were like just stretching, and I was like just kind of being sad in my truck outside of Lipscomb. But because I wanted to come up and just be around and just see what was going on.
Yeah, you want to come through this year?
Yeah, man.
June 20th is our welcome party. It's on a Tuesday night.
Okay.
So it's our welcome party. It's at the top of the Thompson Hotel.
Ooh, nice.
And it's really fun. Yeah, all the tight ends are up there. It's just getting to know guys that are around. It's a fun event. And then Wednesday, Thursday is on the field stuff at Vanderbilt. And then Wednesday night we have like a function somewhere on Broadway, and then maybe 1230 Club or something like that. We're working on the details. Nice. And then Thursday's a work day. And then, but it's really fun. But yeah, if you want to swing through for, Wednesday, the Tuesday night thing, or you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man.
You got an in now.
Well, I don't want to invite now. I feel bad like I invited myself.
You didn't, man. Drake invited you.
Okay, great. Yeah, Jimmy John does. He was on this podcast. Jimmy John Leoto. He's
I met
owner
him.
of 1230 Club. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I met. So there was. I told my mother-in-law she works for the NFL Hall of Fame Health, and they have an event, and it's at the 1230 Club, and it's there again this year. But this is funny. So they were auctioning off footballs, and I think there was like 6 to 10 NFL guys that were there. But one of the footballs that got auctioned off, he bought it, and it was signed by Eddie George and George Kittle.
Oh, cool.
It's probably the only football ever signed by us too. But the fact that his last name is my first name, you don't see that very often. But I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, I met him at that event. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of interesting, I guess. But
It doesn't excite you too
yeah,
much.
I think
so.
it's exciting. It doesn't excite me too much, but it has nothing
That's
to
fine.
do. I mean,
George isn't a very common name, so when I see other people with it, it excites me.
I guess that's true, and that's very fair, actually. And I shouldn't have said that.
Thank you. I feel bad about myself.
Yeah,
I don't want to
shouldn't
do this anymore. Will you guys cut the entire thing?
have. But is George still a pop? George isn't that popular of a name anymore, is it?
No, it's old. Everyone's like, when I was George and I was 8 years old, I was like, "You're an old man." No, I'm not. I'm a real boy.
People are like, "Fuck old people."
Yeah, I'm like, leave me alone. I'm not 50.
Yeah, you're like, I'm in hospice. People are fucking giving. George is most popular in the Western Hemisphere. Is ranked in the top 200 most popular names since its origin. I believe that.
Both of my great grandpas were named George, and that's why I'm named George. Tough. My parents told me that if I was a girl, they would have named me Georgia. I don't think that's a very good name. Nothing against those people out there named Georgia, just not for me.
Yeah, I feel you. Or Eddie Georgia. That's insane.
Oh, dude, Eddie Georgia.
Yeah, I'm out.
Dude's got 2 first names.
George Kittle, man, best of luck in your next season, man. Enjoy your time. Welcome back home.
Oh,
And enjoy your time.
I'll see you at Lipscomb.
in your off-season praise, baby.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. This is really fun.
Yeah, it's been fun, man. Thank you.
Now I'm just floating on the breeze, and I feel I'm falling like these leaves. I must be cornerstone. Oh, but when I reach that ground, I'll share this peace of mind I